photo shoot because I don't have the money.
Okay, we're live, y'all. You ready?
We went live.
Yeah.
Hey.
Maybe I gotta go.
Perfect. Y'all good, ladies?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. How you feeling today, Marty?
I'm great. I'm all the way great. Y'all see me on the live? Y'all see me on the live feed and all that stuff?
No, I didn't.
Yes, I'm in.
Running like a my head cut off all day.
That's all I need to care about. Charlene, y'all could done all that in the inbox. It's the Marty A Johnson Show right now. Y'all could done all that later. Y'all talking about who, what, when, why, and where. So look, it's the Marty A Johnson.
We was having girl talk.
Right. So look, I got some good news and bad news.
Okay.
Well, first the good news, 112 is coming.
Okay.
112 will be here at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
112 will be here at 8 o'clock. We got music. Tapping in my inbox. ASAP. Now.
Yeah.
So look, today's my co-host's birthday, so I don't know if he's coming. I already talked to him. I already talked to him.
Happy birthday, Riley boy.
Yes, happy birthday.
Look, I already talked to my co-host already. He might pop in, so he says. So look, I'm glad y'all made it. Look, y'all got new hairs up in the front. Let me go with Big Sis first. Are you a fan of 112?
Oh, am I? Yes. Yes.
So this your era with no problem here, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, this is my era too.
I mean, she was little.
I was a young.
But I played them so much, she know the words to their songs.
Okay. So we're going to have to look. Hold on. Is it snow? How is it in New York? Is it cold there?
Well, I'm upstate New York, so we get, we get that snow. We're snowing now.
And Izzy, where do you stay? 3 minutes around the corner, or you live upstairs?
Nah, I'm in the city. I'm in the city still.
He said, I'm a city girl. Still.
Thanks.
Okay, I guess I got the memo. Look, my lip sync chap for you ladies here. No judge. Okay, so all right. So you're good. Adequate child care. Your bun is chopped off on top. I really can't see it.
Let me move back.
Look, your bun is chopped off on top.
I was gonna wear it down. I put it up. It was too much.
Okay. So look, I'm making sure. Where's your baby at?
Oh, he sleep.
Ooh, you growing up
right?
now. You growing up. Look.
Growing up.
I don't know if he's gonna be asleep the whole time, but he's sleep now.
If you need so, I got a little thing of melatonin I can send to you, okay?
Why you think he's sleep already?
Look.
We live, girl. We live.
It's the kid gummies.
Right. But look, I'm glad you made it. If you're in the waiting room, wait. I'll get you in a minute. I gotta get my introductions out the way. So hi, Charlene. Ooh, new face today. Moisturize. You moisturize.
Something.
So what? You moisturized at what? 6 o'clock? Before you came on.
6:15.
So okay. Well, I'm glad. And all that. So look, I might let someone else in, but look, I see you in the waiting room. I'll let a woman in before I let one of you ninjas in this one. I got to hold tight. So look, I want to tell y'all something. So look, every week on the show, right? I always watch the show back, beginning to end. I always do.
So do I.
Yeah, I even critique myself too, the do's and don'ts. First, I want to give a shout out because people catch up after the fact. They late to the party, then my views skyrocket overnight, weeks after. So thank you all for the support. We definitely appreciate that. But with that being said, sometimes like I said, I critique myself, and sometimes first I want to say I love bringing people on. I love it. I love it. I love the support. Me and Official Raleigh Boy, salute to him. Happy birthday, bro.
Birthday.
No, seriously, we like the support here on the show.
No, you really do.
We do. Some other platforms, like I said, charge $19.99. Seriously. Big Sis, hold on. Do you find them 2 platforms that have celebrities weekly?
No.
What platforms do you know?
The Marty A Johnson Show with Official Raleigh
no
Boy.
More. Okay.
Oh.
So no, but with that being said, no, we always try to get artists tapped in. People got stuff on the horizon, stuff like that, and always try to look out for people. However, this is a major platform, multi-platinum artist. People sell hundreds of millions of records.
Yes.
some of these ladies come in here, hair not done, with a cap on. And then I let people let them sit there, look like a buffoon. I'm calling how I see it. I said, because when ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, when 112 see y'all, they're gonna say, okay, we gonna make sure Izzy's kitchen done in the back and all this stuff. No, this is real talk.
No, for real.
No.
It's like you going out. Why?
Mhm.
Because you're at home, you're still going out.
Still
You're
presenting
face to
yourself.
face
Right.
with people.
So so it's honestly sometimes I'm be honest, live now. At least I see you. So with that being said, I feel like with this show, me and Fisher Wild Boy, we're letting people into our homes. This show is our home. We invite y'all into the house.
That's
Oh,
right.
112's already here.
Oh,
112's already here.
Right on the dot too.
Perfect.
You got butterflies.
Love that.
So 112 is here. So I can get my introduction together. Now, with that being
hey,
said,
let me straighten up.
this is the Marty A Johnson Show. They're on time, so they're definitely about their business.
Yes, indeed.
So 112 is here. I'm about to let him in shortly. Lavelle, I see you. Got to sit in the waiting room real quick. So 112 is here. Let me bring him in.
Yes.
Look, I told him 8 o'clock. I did. So
They want to be here when we here.
Yeah.
perfect. They
not the first ones though. Shanice came in at 7:30. She said, "Oh, should I come back?"
Look,
We're like, "Hell no."
well, the fellas are here. If you're in the waiting room, go ahead and wait because 112 is here. I gotta let the guests in first. So let me let these gentlemen in. So let me tell y'all a little about them. And honestly, you know, we have stars on the show. These gentlemen out here they're young legends. They are. They're really young legends. I interview a lot of groups. I interview a lot of artists. I never say this before. These are one of my favorites. Real talk. But these guys right here are young legends. Ladies, you know, they are musical royalty. They have hits. There are a lot of groups out there, but they're in a category all on their own. What's up, bro? They are. They're in the category all to themselves. Their music very diverse. They can take you to the dance floor. They can take you to the car. Hell,
they can take you anywhere.
Hold on, they can take you anywhere. They can take you in the bedroom. So they're not stuck in a box.
That's a
no. They have hits, a little bit of everything. Peaches and Cream, Cupid, Only You. You already know. I can go on and on, but a couple of fun facts about them. Like I said, there's a lot of groups. Very few groups we can say are Grammy Award winners. These young legends are. A lot of people ain't there yet, but we got Slim and 12. They are 112. So what's up, y'all?
Hey, 112.
Hey, how you
Mike,
doing?
what's up, Slim? Welcome.
Hey, look,
Nice.
Welcome to the Marty A Johnson Show. I'm Marty. I invited some ladies. I think that would help. That would you know, get some good eye candy for you fellas coming in and all that. So look, I'm gonna jump right into it. I don't waste no time. First of all, where y'all at right now? Y'all in I heard y'all in two separate places.
Yeah, man, we at home. I know I live at least 45 minutes to an hour away from Slim, so you know we wasn't going to meet up with each other on this one, man. So you know we just had to thank God for Zoom. You know,
perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, we're definitely glad. We're definitely glad to have y'all. Slim, did y'all just come from Dallas? Well, that's just an old clip. Or y'all on a sold out show?
No, that happened this weekend. You know what I mean? 112, we still gonna get it. Now, when we say sold out show, it's like it was at what the safe capacity where it was supposed to be. And they sold at its capacity. So sold out.
Y'all ain't reckless like some people, but y'all kept it safe, but y'all still had a good crowd.
I mean, now you know we got the fire marshal. You know what I'm saying? They tried to shut it down. You know what I'm saying, for a second. But, you know,
wow.
Like, listen, baby, we bad boy, baby. Like,
I know. You ain't got to tell me, Mike.
Listen, don't get that R&B shit confused, man. You know what I'm saying? We still bad boy, baby.
Look, y'all still claiming the home team. I got a fun fact. I'm gonna tell y'all 2 things about y'all. I'm from the tri-state. I'm from Connecticut. When I moved to North Carolina, for the first time, my first show ever been to, I paid a ticket. On top of that, was y'all.
Whoa.
True story. I took my little friend out. My son got conceived that night. I'm giving y'all receipts because of y'all. Y'all might be godparents. Seriously.
No. We got a caveat, bro. We got a disclaimer. We put out every day, like with every album. If you look at fine print, at the very bottom, we'll tell you, like, hey, babies are not 112's concern.
Right.
I'm responsible for child support.
Nah, but we're gonna have good talk. For those that been living uneven rock, Mike, I'll get to the other stuff later. Tell y'all how y'all come together.
Oh, we came together. Well, clearly, I mean, let's go ahead and just talk about the elephant in the room. You know, the fact that it's only 2 of us or whatever. When the world knew of 112, or when they first found out about 112, it was 4 of us, and pretty much the story that we would like to tell the world is that those former members decided to go in a different direction. God bless them. You know, it is what it is. However, the 4 of us started out in high school, and we did like a lot of talent shows in Atlanta, and we got noticed by our then managers, Courtney Seals, Kevin Wells, and who knew Puffy. You know what I'm saying? And once Puffy got wind of 112, he wanted us to. He did his best to try to just break us. You know what I mean? Basically, I mean, no other way to say it. Every time that he had an opportunity, hey man, sing in front of this crowd, sing in front of these girls over here. I need you to go here. I need to do this. I need to do that. And we just did it, and we always won. And once he saw that, he understood, like, yo, these dudes are special. And the last time that we had to do that, actually, we was standing in front of the club 112. We were 16, 17 years old, so we couldn't get in the club. So he was like, yo, I want you to sing in front of this crowd. And anybody that knows 112 at the time know that the line for 112 to get in the club was wrapped around
the corner.
Yeah, exactly. So we started singing. It went from a line to like a semicircle where they was around 112, and they just heard us singing. And we were like, from that point on, we're going to call ourselves 112 because we want to be synonymous with Atlanta, even though we were signed to Bad Boy, the New York based, record label. To be synonymous with Atlanta. We Atlanta, and you could tell by the way I speak, I'm an Atlanta nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I'm just as country as all get out, and I love it, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to represent that, and I think we have in stellar fashion. So yeah, 112.
112.
So that we all know about Bad Boy. Side note, when I started off in this business, true story, I was a little dude trying to get it popping with a bunch of interviews.
Okay.
True story, I got turned down 73 times. 73 times. True story, I got turned down 73 times. Hold on. My first one was from Bad Boy, Jason Wiley. He called me up.
Hey, big shout out to Jason Wiley.
Shout out to Jason.
Hey, bro, listen.
Wow.
We got turned down so many times, man.
Right.
We got turned down so many times. All you need is this one.
Just one.
All you need is one. Hey, let the church say, hey.
Amen.
Nah, it's for real.
That's for real.
I was in college. Yeah, Jason called me. I was in college. Right before I go to class, day before Halloween, he called me and said, hold on, do you want to do 112? I was like, where I need to go? He was like, oh, they're not coming. Do you want to do Carl Thomas instead? I said, I don't care who you want me to do. I'm there. Now that's just a side note I wanted to tell y'all. So let's talk about the label situation with Bad Boy. Don't worry, I'm talking about the other 2. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to that. So was it everything that you expected to be? Because honestly, I heard a lot of horror stories about y'all being broke, other artists on the label being broke. Slim, please break it down, because there's a lot of artists here. Some of these ladies here are artists, management. A lot of people watching right now, trying to get into the Zoom right now. They want to know how it is.
Okay, well, definitely things have definitely changed since from the time that we signed, and groups have definitely changed. So like 112, we came out in 96. Google came out in 98. So,
Mhm.
you know, a lot of things it was like hand to hand, you know, actual CD or album or even tapes, real
Yes.
hard sales versus like now we have streams, right?
Right.
So, I mean, like with any artist that signs your first record deal is not going to be your best record deal. Let's keep it. That's 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I promise you that if the new artists really pay attention to their deals, it's probably not going to be in the direction that they would want it. Not right then, okay?
Right.
But with 112, we play chess, not checkers. So we gambled on ourselves. We knew that, you know, we weren't here to just make hit singles. We were here to make hit careers. So
There you go.
you know, as soon as we knew what we signed, our lawyer basically broke it down to us. We knew what we signed. So we knew exactly what we had to do in order to be able to get out of the situation. And once we fulfilled our thing with the production
Obligation, yeah.
the obligations, and then you know it definitely went in the right direction. Trust.
Right.
So I would say this too. You know, good thing I would give. Talking to all of the artists out there, it is good to also write and produce.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get into other facets of music. You know what I mean? Because those are different checks.
Mhm.
And actually know your business. Know exactly, like if you are opening up your a store or something like that, if you were in any other type of business, you better know everything about it, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
So it's music game is no different. So you know, speaking to probably a very business head here, great thing to own the product, be your own brand, own the product that you are. Don't let some other person own your name, own your brand, own what you work hard for. And they're going to tell you that you have to do, you got to do this, right? Like do it, already have it from the top. You know what I'm saying? So they would know that you know, look, you're not playing with nobody. You know, like in our world, we didn't know what to ask. You know, we're from the hood. Listen, we didn't have that type of wisdom. We didn't have that type of information, and we didn't know what to ask. So I know people say, "Why you ask questions?" Well, how would you know what to ask if you didn't know what to ask? So you know what I mean. So learn from us. You know what I mean. But the good thing about 112 is that we're definitely set. we're straight as far as, you know what I mean, the paperwork is concerned. You know, Mike and myself had to really get down to the root of a lot of things. And, you know, we don't complain. We don't complain. We adapt to the environment, and then we make sure we study the situation.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, you make goals and situations, and you make sure that you're on top. So 25 years, we're still in this situation. All of our situations. Definitely. If anybody say, "Where's your publishing?" Mike and I, we have our publishing. Like, perfect. What about your brand? Oh man, hey,
y'all
I own 112. You know what I'm saying? The name, trademarks. You know what I'm saying? Even names, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, so when you do business, now you're coming from a place of strength. So this is a business. This is not about feelings. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the people, when it's the only feelings I have is with my brother here. When I'm on the stage, I know that he's looking out for me. He has my family in mind, in his heart, and he knows that I have his back too. And big shout out to our whole team, day ones. All our whole team is day ones. So you know what I mean? So it's not, you know, you have a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like I got this saying, hey, you know, if you weren't shooting in the gym, you can't sit there and help me count my M. You know what I'm saying? So that is exactly what it is. So 112, you know, we are not up and up for things. Trust.
Look, I'm glad that. Look, for those who's late for the Marty A Johnson Show, I told you 7:30. We told these legends they told the management, hey, but these guys here at 7:30. I told people these girls are on time early. But look, but those is late for the Marty A Johnson Show. I see your comments and all that. I'm gonna read them shortly. Mike, let me tell you this. I interview a lot of artists from your era. We had Dawn Robinson from In Vogue, formerly of In Vogue. I interviewed the whole group before, then I interviewed her. Charlene, when was it?
Has it been a month yet?
4 weeks ago. It was recently. 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
Yep. She's the same era as y'all. Next thing, and she's big sis. She's from my hometown. Next thing, she come on the show. Wow, wow, wow. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm like, girl, what you crying for? Tighten up. It's a business. So Mike, in a group, look, Mike, in a group, you and Slim have differences sometimes. And don't take this the wrong way. Look, Slim's, he sings lead, you sing lead. People are always looking for one or the other. How you difference the difference is, oh, Slim singing more than me. You're not, I noticed you're not like that.
Oh no, that's a great question, bro. Listen, when we first got into the game, man, all of us had the mindset that we were going to be lead singers. The whole gist of 112 at the time was going to be 4 lead singers. Like in the history of R&B music, you've never had 4 lead singers. You know what I'm saying? So that was the vibe that we had initially said that we was going to go on. But then after we had a conversation with Puff, he basically broke it down to us. He's like, look, man, this is the music business. Okay, so this is it's music, but it's also business. Y'all can go sing wherever y'all want to sing it, you know what I'm saying, to your heart's content. But if you want to sell records, you need to go with the safe bet, which is Slim, who had the most signature and the most distinctive voice out of all of us. So, you know what I'm saying? So when Slim sung, you automatically knew that was 112. You know what I'm saying? When you heard it. And that doesn't diminish my ability to sing.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? It didn't take away from my ability to sing. It just enhanced what, you know, and it just made the world know that we knew and we understood what it was. Trust me, it was a humbling because I had always been, you know what I'm saying, a singer. I had always been the singer. You know what I'm saying? But when Puff broke that down to us and like, look, man, this is how we're going to win, I had to sit back and humble myself and say, you know what? It makes sense what he's saying because you've heard my voice before. Like I got one of them old school church, you know what I'm saying, preacher voice.
Just like play, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you've heard that before. Yeah, it sounds good with it, but you've heard it before. You've never heard a dude like Slim before. You know what I'm saying? You've never heard that dude's voice before. You've never.
So it's creamy.
And he was the most in pocket out of all of us anyway when it came to records, because in addition to Slim singing leads, we wanted to also be the first group to actually sing up-tempo records, and they were being respected because R&B dudes were doing, you know, you had to remember back in the day, like I'm gonna tell you how old I am. I'm gonna date myself in a minute. You know, I remember a day when you had an A side and a B side to a record.
Oh, before my time, but I know you're talking about.
And the B side of a record, you always had the up tempo records that you really didn't pay attention to because all, you know, there was R&B dudes singing up tempo records. We didn't really pay attention to that. 112, you know, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. But 112 is the first group that actually made singing on up tempo records respectable as far as the R&B goes.
No, that's a fact.
That's you know what I'm saying? Like find me another group that did it before 112. Find me another group.
I can't, so I'm going to the next question. I can't. Look, we're not going to debate that.
But and the reason
that's non-debatable.
That was the new goal. So when Puff came to us, he was like, "Yo, in addition to Slim singing a lot of the leads, we're gonna sing over up-tempo records." At first, we were bucking on it. We were like, "Man, we R&B singers, we're crooners. We want to, you know, we want to sing. We want to, you know, we want to give the ladies, you know, what they want." I said, "Man, that's cool." Puff was like, "Yo, that's cool and everything, but y'all want to stand out. Y'all want to be something different than the regular R&B, you know." And we actually was the origin of what R&B is now, where they're doing a whole lot of rap singing, you know, things of that nature. Whatever. 112 originated that. You know what I'm saying? We never, you know, we don't ask for our flowers, but at the same time, when we have interviews like this or whatever, we want to speak on it or whatever, and just let you know where, you know, because a lot of times we don't speak on the fact that we was the originators of hip hop and R&B. You know what I'm saying? 112 started that whole evolution of hip hop and R&B. Before us, you were just singing R&B, and you had
That's
singing
true.
up-tempo,
That's
and
true.
nobody paid attention to it. 112 came out the rip with up-tempo records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then once you got the album, you heard the producer.
Nah, I ain't gonna sing. I'm gonna have to pay for it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where the whole gist of it was. So no, I don't feel any kind of ways about that, man. Like, you know, if I can use an analogy, like say the Chicago Bulls back in the day with the '96 Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, you know what I'm saying, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera. You got to understand what your role was. And my role actually outside, like my role actually was more important away from the actual microphone. You know what I'm saying? I was the dude that kept everybody together. I was the dude that, you know, that cussed everybody else and held everybody.
Bro, that's a job. That's a job. It is.
That dude, you know what I'm saying? What Slim was like, yo, I'm gonna be the face, I'm gonna be the lead singer and all this stuff. I was the dude that held everybody together. I had to have the conversation. Hey, bro, listen, you know, you're gonna get your chance to sing this, man. Don't worry about that. You know, you're gonna do this, man. I need you to jump over the stage, man. You got abs, bro. Go take your shirt off, go over to the and holler at that girl over there. Like that was my role, you know what I mean? And so, you know, we all played a specific role, man, and we played our part
You played your position
for as long as we could. You know what I'm saying? And now we're a duo, and you know, we're still living that life. Like Slim is the lead singer of 112. 25 years of that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense of changing that up. You know what I'm saying? That's just
If
dumb.
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. And so, you know, I get my rock off. When I get on the stage and I sing my players, I sing my missing yous, I sing, you know what I'm saying? I sing all these other records or whatever. Trust me, I still get mine off. You know what I'm saying? But Slim is the lead singer of 112, and I understand it, and I respect that. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Look, you guys are the owner of 112. Now I get to the nitty gritty. You guys are the original members. Blackstreet, they've been on the show before. Just like I mentioned, In Vogue, they've been on the show before. Charlene, you know, a couple of girls from Destiny's Child. I talked to them. Those are one of the few groups you lose a member, gain a member. Teddy Riley, sorry Teddy, I call it how I see it. When I interviewed Teddy, true story. I interviewed some of the biggest stars in the world. I came in when Teddy, I'm about to get to y'all. As soon as they came in, don't ask about Chauncey, don't ask about the old member. I said, pause. This I won't be the Marty A Johnson Show without that. I said, that's not what it is, bro.
Right.
I said, you ain't coming on my platform and tell them. I said, it don't work like that. I said, if you're an artist, you know, answer difficult questions. Now, with that being said, I posted up, y'all gonna be on here. I got receipts. Next thing I know, true story, Deron hit me up. Bro, I want to come on next week. I said, okay. I said, well, don't worry. You have your time. I interviewed, hold on. I interviewed girls from Changing Faces.
Yeah.
Both them girls, one day separate ways. No, initially, true story. Initially, when my team reached out to y'all people said, yeah, right off the bat. Boom. We reached out to the other guys on a whole different thing. They said no. Next thing you know, as soon as they see me posted up with y'all, my team gets an inbox.
Wow.
Of course.
I said, didn't know it person. I did exactly what I said. I told my team, I said 112 is doing it, Mike and Slim. They said, huh? I said 112 is Mike and Slim. I said, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I said. I said, watch them two other boys hit me up. Watch them two other boys hit me up. And Deron, you watching? Deron hit me up personally on Facebook. What's up, bro? I got a new record coming out. I said, I'm gonna get your side of the story. I said, but they are 112. I said, he said, I want to do the show. Let me tell you what I told him. I'll think about it. I did.
Amen.
True story.
Amen. Okay, so check this out. Let's go here. Okay, so
tell me what happened.
So let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, although the former guys aren't in the group, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, speaking to them as I want to go and give them their flowers as far as the past. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people like at Q Mike Slim Deron. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think of that and from the past, absolutely amazing. And you know what I'm saying? Well, it's just like a relationship. You feel me? Like, you know, if whatever happens, what happens, it just happened. Okay. So, you know, good luck with the former guys, or because they're doing exactly what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So like if they're not doing music or something like that, I would be saying what's wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how God created them to be. Now, when we're talking about 112, however, you know what I'm saying? Yes, 112 is Slim and Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like lawfully, creatively, just everything. You know what I'm saying? That's we stand together, and that's what it is. But I just want to make sure that I just want to let it be known that with us, there is no hard feelings. It's like everything is an experience. Everything is just, you know what I'm saying, it's your past, and then, you know what I mean, and then our presence, our present, and Mike and I, we're working on, you know, not our future, where we want 112, the brand that we believe in, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and we want the star on the Walk of Fame, and you know what I mean, and that's where our mind is. That's where our focus is. That's what it is. So, you know, I mean, it's just, I look at it, our story is very similar to a lot of other iconic groups. You know what I'm saying? Name me a group that, you know what I mean, an iconic group that hasn't broken up. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them. You from the Temptations to OJ,
to New Edition, everybody.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, how many times? New Edition, everybody. Boyz II Men don't have all 4 members, but guess what? There's a lot of those guys that I just named. I mean, we sat right there and watched New Edition get the star on the Walk of Fame. We want to feel that. Now, all of us weren't there. All of us wasn't there, but I know me and Mike, we were there, and you know what I'm saying. We wanted to make sure that, you know, we understood how that felt, because to look over at Michael Bivins or Ronnie DeVoe and them, and they're looking at us and saying, "You're next." That's absolutely amazing. These are the groups that we look up to, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like there with me and Mike and I, it's we, us, and our. And anybody that knows, if you know, you know. I always say, is it we, us, and our?
Or me,
or
myself,
is it me, myself, and I? Because if it's me, myself, and I, you're not a part of this equation. You know what I'm saying? We, us, and our, we are 112. If there's no me, myself, or I, you cannot think for yourself and be in a group. You know what I'm saying? You're probably meant to be by yourself. So God has created the situation accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And we're still doing our thing. We have a top 10 record with just me, Mike, and I. See, it's not about ours. It's not about us, but like us individually. Anything that we put ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like the Bible, the scripture, when 2 or more come together. You see what I'm saying? The same structure, the same equation runs with 112. So that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, just want to thank everybody for supporting 112, 25 years. You know what I'm saying? And we still doing our thing. We got
you here with us.
Absolutely amazing. Thank y'all.
Look,
for us.
No, but that's a nice political answer. I like that, but I like that. No, but one thing about y'all, here's the one thing. One thing about y'all, Slim, sometimes you got to call facts what it is. Like I said, a lot of groups lose a member, gain a member. The sound is still there. You can still do it anywhere. You already know. It's not like, let me get this other person. Y'all going, okay, salute to y'all. Mike, we need one more person. No, y'all keeping it pushing. I commend y'all. I salute y'all, because a lot of people can't do that.
Right. No, thank you, bro. No, we made sure that with this EP that we put out back in July, that, you know, one of the things, because, you know, we heard, listen, trust me when I tell you, if you heard all of the backlash, we've definitely heard all the backlash. We heard the 56, we heard all the, you know, they can't do it by themselves and all this other stuff, whatever. So we made sure that when we put this EP out, that we gave you the 112 sound, because that was important to us as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't realize, man, that I was singing a lot of those backgrounds anyway. So if you got the lead singer of 112, then you got the dude that was singing a lot of the backgrounds anyway, you're going to get the 112 sound, duh. You know what I mean? So that was just, you know what I'm saying? So that was, it was easy money. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, we could have put this EP together. And the crazy thing was, like, Slim and I hadn't really sung on records together. You know, we got like 3 records out of all our entire career. We got about 3 records where we sung, he and I sung lead on the record or whatever. So this was something that we wanted to do, you know, and just show the world that he and I could actually sing together on the same record. You know what I mean? And just it was just a lot of proving. It was a lot of proving to ourselves. It was a lot of proving to the fan base. It was a lot of proving to the world that wasn't fans. The 112 sound was still going to be, upfront and personal, for the people that wanted to hear that new sound or whatever. It wasn't a new sound. It was 112. It was still 112.
Right.
Still the 112 sound.
Look, good. I'm glad we got that out the way. So moving on. I want to talk about the good stuff. I want to talk about the histories and all that stuff. Like I said, if y'all late for the Marty A Johnson Show, I told you we ain't messing around this season. We got the young OGs, the young legends. They're actually one of my favorites, and I don't say that to everybody. So, so look, we got Slim and Mike who are 112. They're here on the show with us. So I want to go back a little bit. The time with Bad Boy, I got my start with them. You guys, that was y'all big set it off also. Nice Ride, hits. First, I want to talk about the late great Biggie. How was that? How was that whole jail working there? Only You, class.
Amazing.
25 years coming up on the first album. Let's talk about that album right there. 112.
Yes. First album, absolutely amazing. Like
It was.
First of all, it's so many people we want to you can shout out with that whole project. It's like I want to give flowers to Tim and Bob. Like people don't know that, when we first were presented to someone, we came up to Dallas Austin studio. Okay. Now in our mind frames, now Mike could tell you, we thought we were about to be signed to Dallas Austin. Okay.
Right,
So Bear Courtney had brought us up to the studio, and actually we were brought to Tim and Bob. You know what I mean? And Tim and Bob, we were supposed to be that group. Like they were helping us with the sound, harmonies, make whatever we had in our head. They were making it make sense. And then we had to learn from, being like we were always doing talent shows and stuff like that. We were winning all the talent shows and stuff, but it's a different beast when you're going into the studio. You have to learn how to actually record.
Yeah.
And then, one of our other yes. And then you have to learn how to actually blend together, because another one of our situations was that we heavily depended on our backgrounds. Backgrounds are just as important as each of our leads voices. You know what I'm saying? So we just didn't want any weak links in our group. You know what I'm saying? Like backgrounds, harmonies, acapella, however you want to do it. So Tim and Bob, big shouts out to them. Definitely was very instrumental in our sound and how we put together our records. So a lot of those records you heard on the first album were records that when we were still in high school.
Wow.
We didn't have deals, you know what I mean? And so, once we moved to New York, we met a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? But let's give Faith and Biggie their flowers with this too. They were one of the first ones to really embrace us, had us with them. When Biggie was doing the promotions of his first album, Ready to Die, we were with them. Like literally inside, two would be in one truck, two would be in the other truck. We're actually seeing how they would get down, do their thing, whatever. So it was absolutely amazing. Big shouts out to Mario Winans. Oh man, I can't even think of all the people that were involved in the project, but it was just 112, the true form of, what we were trying to do. We did bait you with Only You. We didn't have but 2 up tempos on an album with 19 records, but once we got you with the classic with the up tempo, then we lured you to go get the album. And that's when the talking started, because then, yes, you heard Slim on the singles, but you heard everybody's voices, you know what I mean, on, very strongly, you could see that everyone could hold their own, you know what I mean? It was just that my voice was the radio voice, and I created a sound where a lot of other people tried to take the same equation and do the same thing. So it was but for 112, our true passion was in that whole album, to be able to hit play. And time the intro comes on, you don't touch anything until that bad boy is over with, unless you hit repeat. So absolutely amazing, classic.
Classic album, multi-platinum, millions and millions of records sold. When you look back at that, Mike, y'all make a lot of money off the first album, or y'all really, when y'all start making when y'all really start seeing the, the reap benefit of the hard earned work from the albums?
Yeah, we made the majority of 112 money, and this goes for a lot of artists that came from our era. A lot of our money came from the touring aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because contractually, and we spoke about this earlier, the way that the contracts were set up back then, it was based on the record label taking the bulk of your publishing, or what of your that aspect of it. And so you made your money off of the touring aspect of it. But 112 believed in touring. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was never a moment where, we put it like this: out of 365 days out of the year, 112 was gone 300. You know what I mean? Like, out of, that's how much we toured, because we believed in that. We come from that old school, new edition, frame of mind, where you work hard, and then you worry about that other stuff later. You know what I mean? Like, that was the mind frame that we had, and to this day we still had that same mind frame. Like, I'm bugging out. 2020 bugged me completely out. You know what I'm saying? Because we weren't doing that. Like, I ain't know what to do. I'm like, trash? What do you mean go take the trash out? What the hell? What is that?
Right.
Because we're so used to being, on the road and touring and all that stuff, or whatever, man. So so to bring it back home, the bulk of where we made our money was on touring, and we toured. Like I said, we toured the majority of any year. We toured the majority of it. Like I said, it's 365. We might have toured. Majority of the time, we toured 300 days out of the year, and so that's where we saw the bulk of our money and stuff like that, man. But as we got older, and as
back then, even now, I'm sure now, but back then, y'all split the money equally. Some groups don't.
The money was always split equally. You know what I mean? Because we felt like, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, at the time, dudes was contributing, equally to the 112 brand, where production, whether it be, keeping the group together, whether it's singing the lead, or, singing, it was like, we always, just to keep everything on the up and up, where everybody felt good and wanted to move forward, we kept everything, equally, at the time. So it's equal now to this day, you know what I mean?
So,
oh yeah.
Because Blackstreet and Drew Hill, they don't split the money. That's facts.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah.
Oh wow.
I'll leave that one alone.
Well, 112, we've always had the equation of, not only did we split our touring money, anything that we wrote on. So, like, let's say Mike wrote, he wrote his record on a soundtrack, right? And it was impossible for me to wrote that, because he wrote it on the airplane. You feel me? Yeah. But he would go, but when the split sheets would come, we'll put everybody's name on there. If I wrote a record, if I work with another artist, to this day, if I work with another artist, and you know what I mean, just if I think about Mike, he's there with me.
Tell him,
and you know what I'm saying, and he's on there. You know what I'm saying? So so that's the reason why.
What was that, Mike? What'd you say, Mike?
I said no. I said, tell him the record. Like, stop being modest and tell him the record.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Hey, listen,
Right?
that would be a list. That's a list, because I mean, I just got off on 3 records right now with artists that's popping right now. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, hey, I'm just being in general. Okay, so anybody from Tory Lanez all the way down to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right. Drop some names.
To New Edition, to Pink, to anything. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that we work with, our catalog consists of that. Like, I remember a certain movie, a New Edition movie, on and they were playing "You Don't Have to Worry." You know what I'm saying? And and that was a record. That was a platinum record. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Brown, New Edition. You know what I'm saying? So the record was platinum on a triple platinum album, right? And I called one of the former members. He didn't even know that he was on it. I told him. I know I wrote it with Heavy D, but my heart is, that's what it is. If I'm supposed to be looking out for we, us, and our, that's what it is.
That's amazing.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that was just in my heart.
Loyal.
So that's the way it's supposed. But that's the way a group's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not thinking in that direction, then I need to be doing things by myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Perfect. So again, if y'all late, shame on y'all, because we got the young legends, young 12 here on the show. Get up, stay out my inbox. I see your comments. I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Call me up live. Get out my inbox. Come on. No, dope album. The late great Biggie, rest in peace. Because y'all was at the time, Bad Boy was bad boy. Take that. Yeah. No, dope album, dope situation. I think the next album, it just took it to a whole nother level. You know, Anywhere. Hold on, Cupid.
My fave.
Oh, it's your fave. So basically, when don't take this the wrong way, Slim. They pretty much call just like center everything around you when in the like production side. Okay, this has to be just for Slim, not for Mike. Everything is pretty much dead near. I mean, no, you're the lead. Sometimes y'all split up the vocals. Sometimes what made y'all switch it up? Going the second album, everyone else was singing lead. So what made them separate lead vocals on this album, the second album?
Because you can't sound the same way, you know what I mean? Like, listen, like in a group with 112, our main strength was we, us, and our. So, but at the end of the day, like, okay, our equation is what it is. When you hear on the radio, yeah, you're gonna hear Slim, because as soon as it comes on, I have a distinctive type of a voice. Okay,
you really do.
But at the same time, can you really listen to an album with one person? You're supposed to be in one group. You're supposed to be in a group. If I'm in a group and I gotta sing all of the songs, I might as well be solo. And for 112, there are no weak links. So let's say you just called out Anywhere. But that song was written and produced by 112. So that was a situation where everybody got together. But once everybody wrote the record, you know what I'm saying? And you write your parts, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. And okay. So let's say Mike might have wrote something I wrote, you know what I'm saying? I sang, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not, if he's writing the record, depending on how Mike writes the record, he might say, well, I didn't write that for me. I wrote that for you. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So then Mike will say, hey, this is how the record will go. You see what I'm saying? And then I'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna sing it. Well, of course, Slim always sing his way, but whatever, but you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? As much as Sergeant Slaughter Mike is, you gotta sing it on beat. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? That's basically how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we know our equation and we never stray away from it. But when it comes to a whole body of work, you're gonna know that 112, there's no weak links at the end of the day.
And the music will talk to you too, bro. Like the music will say, it'll tell you who's supposed to sing lead. Like, for example, on this new EP that we have, the writer that wrote, For Us, for example.
Child, yes.
Yeah, so I actually pulled Slim to the side and said, because he actually had the first verse was supposed to be for me, and then the second verse was gonna be Slim, and then we're gonna go back and forth or whatever. And I listened to it. I just kept listening to that record until I finally got in the studio. I was like, Slim, bro, this a Slim record, bro. You know what I'm saying? As far as 112 is, I said, man, this for you, bro, because this is made for you. You know what I mean? So, you gotta understand, what the equation, like Slim said, like understand what the 112 equation is. When it sounds like missing you and Player sounds like a record that I'm supposed to be on. You know what I'm saying? Right. But a record like, For Us or Cupid or whatever, that's a record for Slim. You know what I mean? You gotta let the record speak to you, and you have to be honest with yourself and be honest with the music. When the music talks to you, it tells you, what it was. When you hear the melody, it's like, man, that's Slim, man. Like let y'all have that, because you know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly what what we need for this record. You know what I mean? So that's really what it was. But here's a fun fact for you. Anywhere actually was a record that we submitted to Usher. Usher didn't have it. And so we were like, I bet.
I'm glad he did that.
Yeah,
either way, you're gonna make money though, because that's a selling, that's an album selling.
Either way, it goes,
yes, sir. Hey, you're gonna kill it.
The way it goes, gonna make record, make money off of it. But when he rejected it, we was like, I bet. Slam, you can believe this.
No problem.
It's still coming out.
The record's still gonna happen, regardless.
And it still pop.
Right.
And I want to ask y'all this. Like I said, dope music. Everyone know the Bad Boy era. outside of the bad boy artists, Slim and Mike individually, I got mine, but I want to hear from y'all. Y'all work with a lot of people. I got to put y'all on the spot. Who's y'all? I said, who's some of your favorites? Y'all work from anywhere from people from Monica, her joints, Luda, Supercat, everyone. Besides the bad boy people, tell me who stands out with some of your faves, Slim.
First, man, let me see. I need to refresh my memory here. So, okay, here we go.
I'll throw a couple out if you need some help.
Okay, so here we go. Welcome.
Nice.
Hey.
Here we go.
There go the memory.
Let's see right there.
Let's
Go
see.
closer.
Okay, so we got the Isley Brothers right here, right? Here
That's my favorite. That remix
This is
video
kinda wild.
popping. Go ahead.
That's kind of wild. I'm missing my LSG one, and I'm missing New Edition too. So you know what I'm saying. But the Isley Brothers was really crazy. So we did this record called "Float On." It was us. It was us with Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
Shouts out to Kelly Price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was working with her.
I used to kill that song.
Hold on, Slim, you gotta flex a little bit. Go take us a little slow so everyone can see all the plaques there. Just call them out to us, please.
So 112 collectively, 112 written, produced, and everything with our catalog. We're unmatched. Over 30 million records worldwide. So a lot of these joints, you know what I'm saying, are the old ones. You know what I'm saying? Like this Life After Death. Biggie sold probably about 14 million. You know what I mean? That one just says 8. But here we go. Like, I would say it's kind of hard to say because we've worked with everybody. Even there's so many people we've worked with. Favorite one?
Oh, just who stands out? Tell me who stands out. You don't have to be favorite. Tell me who stands out. Isley Brothers, that's one. But
come on, Mike. You act like.
I say Gina Thompson because that was the first record that actually charted that we wrote. The things you do.
Oh yeah.
Keep running to you.
Oh,
like
wow.
Really?
Yeah. We got records. Like here we go. Right.
Wow.
I didn't know.
People don't know. Like, like I said, if we would have did this, if you notice, like in verses, right? We were on verses.
Mm-hmm.
Most people go directly to their catalog and they'll play the songs that we probably wrote or produced or something like that. Boy, if 112 would have did that. First of all, we had 20 records, but if we would have done that, lights out.
Yeah.
Because we have records that globally charted, you know what I'm saying? And like, not to mention like with records like I did with Pitbull or David Guetta, records. Don't want to really.
I would say that record.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I would say anybody that we looked up to, big shouts out to LSG, everybody in LSG or Isley Brothers, or like the older artists, you know what I mean? The older artists, you know what I mean? And of course the Notorious B.I.G.
Absolutely.
Anything that we've done with him, you know what I mean? Like we had three records on an album that went as almost 20 million, you know what I mean? I'll Be Missing You. So you got I'll Be Missing. That's on that one. No Way Out. But then we had we did Missing You. We had Sky's the Limit, which that, you know what I mean, that's a globally charted record. I know we had 3 of them. One that was produced by whatever. And so we have records, like, you know what I'm saying? I would just say like the ones for myself, I would say working with artists that you looked up to, and the reason why you were inspired, you wanted to be in it. New Edition, Isley Brothers, records like that, LSG, those were the ones that stood out. Yeah.
Mike, is any different for you, Mike, or no?
No, I would say Faith Evans. The Caramel Kisses, you sing my way. That one. Let me see the records we did with Kelly Price. Oh, the one we did with Pink, that was really dope. Because
that was a cool one.
Yeah, that was dope because we were like, man, this white girl finna sell some records. We finna.
Oh, how about this one?
Okay.
Yeah, those that don't know, we did it. Love
is Kissing You.
Love is such a special thing.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, that's us. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of records. And one of the things that we want to do, like from the third album on down, was just let the world know that it wasn't just Puffy that was, orchestrating the production and the writing. Like we were signed as not only artists, but we were signed as writers as well, writers and producers. But that got overshadowed by being part of the Bad Boy family. You know what I mean? So we wanted to make sure that the world knew that we were writing a lot of these records that was coming out of Bad Boy as well. So, it made us feel good when we started seeing our names on a lot of these records that was outside of the Bad Boy family, like Tanya Brown and who else? Soul for Real. We did a record for Tevin Campbell. We did a few records for Tevin Campbell. It was a bug out, man. We just did a lot of records, and we didn't know what was going on, man. We just wanted to do records. We just wanted to make music, and and I think those records, Gina Thompson, like that was the biggest record as far as, because it was the first one, and so we saw how crazy it could be once you get a record on the radio, you know what I mean, and that kind of sparked Missy Elliott's career. Because she jumped on and she started rhyming. He how.
Yeah.
Really feel it. What I'm saying? Nobody wasn't really feeling Missy until she jumped onto that record. You know what I'm saying? After that, it was because she was in Sister for a minute, and nobody was really feeling Sister like that. And then she jumped on the record and did her own thing. She kind of made her own lane, and she became Missy Elliott. You know what I mean? All that started from 112. Kelly Price. Kelly Price got on because we were doing a record with the Isley Brothers, and she sung a lot of the backgrounds for Angela Wimbush and things. And then she went on tour with the Isley Brothers. Came Kelly Price. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of things. It was a lot of six degrees of separation that was going on. You know what I'm saying? That had to do with 112 or whatever. So I feel good in that sense that we were part of that history. You know what I mean?
This was a good one too. Kevin Little, Turn Me On.
really?
What?
Wow.
Yeah, because if you go back to the second, you go back to 112, Room 112 album, listen to Show Me, what is it?
Yeah, I did a record called
Something So Much Love, something it's on you. My body. They took our record and actually sped it up. And they
just sped it up and changed. He just took the melody and then
he
just put the words up, and sped it up.
Yeah, he took the melody and he took he switched some of the words up, but for the most part, he kept the majority of the words there. But you know what I'm saying? But that's on our second album. You know what I'm saying? That So Much Love or whatever. We called them and they were like, "Yeah, bro, we already know. We was waiting on y'all to call us."
Oh, this sound familiar.
I said we was on the top of the pops. We was on top of the pops in Belgium. I was like, "Yo," I said, "Hey, man."
Yeah, we told him. He's like, "Bro, no." I said, "We ain't gonna stop nothing. Go get your money, bro. Go get your money."
Man, it was like he was all like #1 in 15 different countries at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? But it was fine. God bless him. God bless Kevin. That's our brother.
Y'all didn't have to make no music. So why did y'all leave Bad Boy?
We left Bad Boy because of the production deal that we were signed. Initially what we were signed to. The production deal that we were signed to was taking monies from us, and we felt like that was it wasn't justified, and we felt like, okay, yeah, initially we gonna sign, like pretty much what artists do is that they sign their life away the first album. We all knew that we was gonna sign a shitty deal. We knew that, you know what I mean? But after that second, third album, like we should have at least enough, after we sell double platinum, triple platinum albums, we felt like we had enough staying power and enough sweat equity within the group, within the label, that we could negotiate our way out of that production deal, or at least get it to where it wasn't making as much money as the group was making, especially when we were doing the production and we were doing the writing. It's one thing if you were the production company and you were doing the production, but for 112 to be doing the production and the writing, and we still had to give away, 20, 30% of 40% of what we was making, like that just didn't jive with us. You know what I mean?
That didn't sit well. Right.
Fast forward until, so basically the way that albums were done at the time, you either did 7 years or 7 albums. Yeah. So we weren't doing 7 albums, so we did 7 years. By that time, after the third album, we had done 7 years on Bad Boy. So it was time for us to renegotiate, our deal with Puff. Now, truth be told, our intent was to stay on Bad Boy. Like we had no want, no desire to leave Bad Boy. However, once we sat down with Puff and he told us basically that he couldn't get rid of the production deal for whatever reason. Now, we still don't know the reason why he said he couldn't do it, but he couldn't do it. And so at that time, we was like, all right, well, cool. If that's the case, then we're going to go elsewhere where we're not in a production deal, where somebody who's not helping us produce these records, somebody who's not helping us write these records are taking a percentage of what it is that we're making. That's not cool. So we were like, yo, we got to leave. So that was the whole ebb and flow. It wasn't a whole lot of, throwing chairs and no shit like that. We wasn't doing a whole lot of, saying that we wasn't doing a whole lot of vitriol. We just say, look, bro, we don't want to leave. However, if we can't come to terms, we're going to go somewhere where it makes sense for us financially, because you've benefited from 112's success on Bad Boy. We need to reap some of that benefit as well. You know what I mean? And so that's why we left, you know what I mean? But it was a production deal that had really honestly didn't have nothing to do with Bad Boy, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? It really had nothing to do with Puff. It was the production deal that we signed prior to signing to Bad Boy, because our understanding was that the only way that we was going to sign to Bad Boy was through this production deal. So that's what happened.
And with Def Jam, real quick, with Def Jam, it seemed like y'all were just one and done. Am I right? Am I right, Slim?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be like that, but it wasn't one and done. We did 2 albums out of the three album deal, and we were blessed to went platinum, multi-platinum stuff over there too. So I mean, being all the way that was a basketball that was a basketball record deal. Like that was amazing. That was an amazing contract. Big shouts out to Leo Cohen and Kevin Lyles and everybody that had anything to do with that. Like, thank you very, very much. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely learned a lot, good and good and bad. And more among we learned some things about each other.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of like, yeah, it was just needed to, you know what I'm saying? Like musically, like, you know what I'm saying? Just grateful that we had that plateau and was able to experience that type of lifestyle where, we got our flowers before, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And we were able to, you know what I'm saying, do what we're supposed to do.
When y'all look at the industry now versus back then, like, today is streaming, is stuff on social media, play a little clip of this. Are y'all seeing the reap benefit of it as far as like monetary wise?
Actually, that's one of the goals that we had with this new EP, to become a streaming artist, a streaming act.
Billionaire. Let me see. Billions.
Yeah, it's as opposed to being a touring act, because trust me, we're watching these young dudes out here making millions off of streaming and stuff. Trust me, if social media was as big as it was when we had Peaches and Cream and Cupid or whatever, we'd be right up here with, saying the best of them right now. You know what I mean? But
technically, technically we are. I mean, we are. There is we are an anomaly for as far as groups, like, like old school artists are, which will be old school. But if you look at things that we've done, we're in 8, 9 figures, as far as streamings and stuff like that. And that's why we have like billions of, we reach out billions of joints or whatever. But yeah.
I'm still streaming.
So
thank God for Pandora. Thank you.
Look, I want to talk about the new album in a second, but on this show, there's 2 traditions on this show. There's a game that play with all the celebrities, and something else we do. There's a game called Either Or, but it's gonna be a 112 edition. So I'm asking, because both of y'all, I'm gonna change the screening. Both of y'all gonna have different answers. Basically, I ask y'all a couple of questions. You pick either or, but I'm gonna do a 112 edition. Like Mike, if I say ketchup or mustard, you pick which one?
Mustard.
That's the game. So I'm gonna start with Slim. All right, so Slim, so you got the game, right?
Got the what?
So you got the gist of the game, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Boom. All right, a lot of hits, a lot of hit records. So if you had to go with the first album, what single would you go with right now if you wanted to play it? Come See Me, the one you did with featuring Mr. Cheeks, or Dance With Me?
Probably say Dance With Me.
People slept on that though. People slept with Dance With Me.
No, not globally.
Yeah,
Mm.
I didn't.
Globally, Dance With Me was bigger than Peaches and Cream.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow.
Nice. Mike.
Yeah.
Peaches and Cream, or you already know?
Peaches and cream.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Peaches and cream. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Perfect. All right. I already know this answer. Slim, Cupid or It's Over Now?
Definitely Cupid.
Yes.
All right. So now y'all did a lot of collaborations. Y'all worked with a lot of artists. Remember All Cried Out? Remember with Allure?
Yeah.
The remake of Lisa. Remember the Lisa joint?
I need that plaque. I think didn't that single go double platinum or something?
Yeah,
It
something like that,
did.
man. I still don't
It
have
did.
We need that plaque, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Allure.
So, Allure, the remake of All Cried Out, or Call Me with Little Zane.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh. Album went triple platinum too. God.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go Allure.
Really?
I'm gonna go Allure.
You know why? Because it was a remake, man.
Yeah, man. Because I was already loved the Lisa, and you know, saying I already loved that
Full
record.
Force.
And
Yeah.
like I love that record anyway, man. So I'm partial. So I'm
Okay.
kind of biased towards that record.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say Allure.
Okay. Side note, Lisa be here March 9th. So mark your calendars, people.
Nice.
So,
That's fine.
yeah, mark your calendars, people. But anyhow, back to 112. All right. Worked with a lot of dope artists. That was Mike. Slim, Tevin Campbell, or Monica. Not
Oh,
because
wow. We have to pick Monica. I mean, that's our sister right there. You know what I mean? Big shouts out to Tevin Campbell because we wrote some great songs for him too. Yeah.
I say Tevin Campbell, bro. I go there.
Oh, Monica?
Yeah, you say Monica. I say Tevin Campbell. We got.
See,
hey, bro, you remember them? Do you remember them days in the studio with that dude, bro?
I know. I don't want to say that. No,
Tell me.
I know.
I want to know. Hold on. I want to know.
It was fun. No, it was fun.
Well, I need to know.
Hey, man.
I would just say this. I'm gonna just say this: the relationship between an artist and their manager, I have never seen that before in my life. You know what I'm saying? And them be related. So I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, Mike, I'm gonna ask Tevin Campbell myself because he's gonna be here March 15th. So I asked him myself. I'm asking myself. So mark your calendar. I'm asking that myself. I'm gonna say, Mike from 112 said, what's the relationship? I'm gonna say, what happened? So this is. So, ladies, this is my receipt right here when I ask him. But anyhow,
tell him. No, ask him. Ask him. The relationship
with him and his management.
That was so special. And
they're related.
Perfect. All right. The Bad Boy reunion tour, dope situation. Really, first, tell me how was it? Just getting that call to do that reunion tour, both of y'all. How was that? Tell me about that. This is for both of y'all first. If I ask my question, how was that reunion tour?
Oh, okay. Well, the reunion tour was amazing. It was very fun. It was very fun because it was like you got a chance to see people that you didn't, you know, a lot of us didn't see each other for years, you know, so being able to, you know, come back together as a family and, you know, and reminiscing and just celebrating all of our hard years of like working, you know, like the last time we saw a lot of these cats, we were actually trying to promote those records. So, you know, to actually see a Black Rock, you know what I'm saying, Black Rock come out, you know what I'm saying, to see Mace, you know what I mean, even though we do see Mace from time to time, he be in ATL, but you know, we hadn't seen him, or Total, our sisters, Total, wow. You know what I'm saying, yo, like, it was crazy, it felt so good, you know what I'm saying, and even to see Christian, you know what I'm saying, Christian and Justin and growing up, and you know what I'm saying, Christian becoming a man of his own, seeing them work, take the Bad Boy brand and take it to the next situation, and giving flowers to even to French Montana, that's a young brother right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's family right there. You know what I'm saying? Him doing his thing. He was watching us, all of the older artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how we did our thing. You know what I'm saying? And seeing Lil Kim. Oh man, that was amazing. Lil C's, that's our brother. Like we're in ATL, so a lot of times, you know, we don't get a chance to see the Locks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our brothers. Those are our brothers. So to get a chance to be all together over and over again, doing it like how when we were younger, you know what I'm saying? We did it. We did the Bad Boy, and it was the same thing. Sold out shows, every last single one of them, and we did it together as a family. Amazing.
Hold on, was the money right? Or did y'all get gypped? Was the money right?
Oh no, the money was right, bro. Like the money.
Look, I want to ask.
Listen, it's like you get gypped. You get gypped. You know, it's historically you get gypped in the beginning of your career. Like once you get, you know, at that point, which was a couple of years ago, like you don't get gypped no more, man. It's like listen, you gotta negotiate. You know, what I'm saying, as best as you possibly can. And we knew that we had a leverage because of the fact that they couldn't do a Bad Boy tour without 112. You know what I mean? So you know, we was in a position of power, but at the same time, we also wanted to, you know, just let them know that we was working with everybody, man. Like we wasn't there to try to, you know, saying like, hey, we're like one of the most, you know, accomplished, you know, acts that's on the Bad Boy tour. We wasn't that like that at all.
They couldn't do it without y'all though.
Yeah. Say again.
You couldn't do it without 112 though.
Yeah, no, we understood that. We believed, and they knew that too. So that's the reason why it happened. Because you know, we came in with our dollar amount, and we told them like, bro, this is the dollar amount that we need in order to move forward with this, man. That if we don't get this, then I don't know what. Because truth be told, besides us and like maybe Faith Evans, nobody else was really touring like that. Nobody was really performing.
Carl Thomas.
Carl Thomas, you know, yeah, I take it back. So it was Carl Thomas, Faith, and 112 that was actually touring, but nobody was touring more than 112. You know what I mean? So we didn't necessarily have to do this tour in order to go get money. And they knew that. So our dollar amount had to be, you know what I'm saying, up here, whatever, man. But, you know, to back, you know, to answer your question earlier, for me, it was bittersweet, you know, because of the fact that I kind of figured that this was going to be the last quote unquote hurrah. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that I wasn't going to see, or we wasn't going to see any, like the Locks, so we weren't going to see Mace anymore or Faith anymore, but we kind of figured like this was the last Bad Boy tour that you was going to see of this magnitude. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't going to be another one. And you know, we heard the rumors and everything. Nobody, like we weren't going to do another Bad Boy tour. This was it. So it was kind of bittersweet. It was good to see everybody, like Slim said, and just to see the Locks and Faith and Lil Kim and, you know, Junior Mafia and the whole nine, even the band when they showed up in New York or whatever. Like it was cool to see, you know what I'm saying, the younger generation, the younger generation of Bad Boy. And
ain't that old. I mean that young. The band ain't that young.
They ain't that young, but you know, we had a whole lot of history in that first iteration of Bad Boy. You know what I mean? So yeah, we made our bones. You know, Bad Boy was what it was with the original five, which was 112, Faith, Craig Mack, Big, and Total. You know what I mean? Like that, those were, you know, that was the foundation of Bad Boy. You know what I mean? So after that, everybody else kind of like, you know, built off of that foundation, whatever. So, you know, but it was cool to see that the younger dudes like take on the helm and go forward and but it was really bittersweet because in my heart of heart, I felt like this is it, man. Like, you know, after this, we ain't doing this no more. So, you know.
I'm gonna finish my game. Have you do some drop for me? And I'm gonna see people ask the questions. With Bad Boy being said, Mike, if you get a call right now or a DM to do a record or one more record from Faith or Total, but same time, same studio, two different locations, but you only can work with one of them. Who are you gonna work with, Faith or Total?
Oh shit, I can't work with both of them?
No.
That's impossible.
Yeah. I'm gonna send Slim over with Faith, and I'm gonna work with Total.
They both gonna get done.
Straight up.
Well, good.
We're gonna go get this money, man. We're gonna get it.
Well, good. I'm gonna close my either or right then. Okay. Last one. Big tour. Let's say post-pandemic. Big tour is gonna come up with 112. Want y'all to do,
which is coming.
Right. Hold on. I know this year, August or September, the 25th anniversary of the first album. Congratulations in advance.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations. I know y'all gonna do something. However, big payday. A promoter calls you. We want 112, but we need one more original member. You got to pick from one or the other. It's gonna be you two. And who's gonna get that DM or text? Duran or Q to come on the tour with y'all?
Probably neither one.
Yeah, you get one more.
So see, we're not boggled down to that because we kind of run them situations too. We already have the arenas and stuff like that.
On some real shit, bro. Them dudes, and we told them when they decided to leave, they left as a unit. You know what I'm saying? So when we think of Duran and Q, we think of them as a unit. So it like honestly, like it would like for us to pick one of them dudes, you couldn't do it without picking the other. And then right now, like
right.
just the way it is, man. Like we wouldn't
pick an all or none thing.
It's an all or none situation. We told the dudes when y'all left, when y'all leave, it ain't no coming back. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because we spent a lot of money, sweat equity, time into rebuilding 112 into what it is now, man. And just to come back, like I just can't see a scenario where one of them dudes would be able to come back without, the other. Or vice versa.
It has to be it's an all or none thing.
It's an all or none situation.
Well, I will co-sign what they're saying. That is true. Going back to what I originally said, when these gentlemen here, when them boys told me no, and shout out to damn, I got his name, Greg. Shout out to Greg. When Greg reached out to my peoples, that's your manager, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. When Greg reached back out to my team, because you guys said yes right off the bat. When them boys told me no, they seem post up a job. Duran and Q want to do it now. I said I'm sleep. I can't do it. And that's facts. I said I ain't doing it. That's the truth.
You gotta look at them dudes as a unit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like
they both wanted to do it. No, first they didn't want to. I'm sorry. They did not want to do it. Yeah, they didn't want to do it. When you guys said yeah, they seemed to fly me. Doing next thing I knew, they was like, yo, look at this. I was like, tell them boys I'm sleep. I'm not doing it. I said, because I'm not, and look, and I'm not a good liar, so I'm not saying that because you guys here. That's fact. So again, salute to Greg. Because soon as he reached out to y'all, they said, we ain't want to do it. They'll work it out for you. But that being said, let you ladies ask a question. Let me go to the grown folks. Hello, big sis, Miss Vivian.
Hey.
We're doing Act 112, Mike and Slim.
I just wanted to know, how did For Us come about? Because today, I loved y'all then, and I was introduced to For Us by someone, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
112?
the whole premise of For Us.
Wait, I'm sorry, Mike. I don't want to cut you off. And it's only two of y'all, but I didn't even know that when I first heard it.
Yeah. And again, that goes back to the premise that Slim and I, when we sat down and did this EP, like we had our trepidations like everybody else. Like we like, man, are the fans, are they going to accept the fact that it's just two of us and the whole nine? And Slim was just like, no, bro, we got to do it, man. We just got to, you know what I'm saying? Like you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You feel what I'm saying? So, we have to go out there and at least try. You know what I mean? We got to keep this brand moving. We got to keep moving forward. So let's do it, man. Let's just maintain the 112 sound. Just give it an updated 2020 sound to it, but still keep the whole premise of what 112, is or whatever. And that's the reason why, for us, is like you have Slim singing the leads on that, because I personally wanted the world to reminisce on that 112 bad boy sound, because the beat itself sound like
I definitely did.
Yeah, it has that flavor in your ear kind of vibe to it. It has that old school bad boy sound to it, but it's still updated. So that was the reason, like sonically, that's the reason why it sounds the way it did. But on a more philosophical, premise, we wanted 12 had never been a group that spoke out about social issues. You know what I'm saying? But with the climate being what it was, we felt that you had to pick a side, in 2020. You couldn't be on the fence anymore. You either had to be for us or you wasn't. You know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
that was the whole premise, was like we had never spoke up about anything politically, because we wanted to stay away from that world, because a lot of us wasn't really adept into and just really
conscious
conscious into what was going on in the society or whatever, and speak intelligently enough that as a unit we could speak about, you know, a lot of the social issues. Yeah, we saw a lot of the BS that was going on, but not so much so that we could speak about it intelligently, where we could have conversations, where we could have a full interview talking about the political issues as far as 112 was concerned. We couldn't do that as a unit at the time. So, you know, like Slim and I had always been politically, you know, engaged in what was going on in the world. However, because we didn't want to make the brand, you know, the next public enemy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want to keep everything as neutral as we possibly can. But when we saw what was going on with Breonna Taylor, when we saw what was going on with Ahmaud Arbery, when we saw what was going on with, you know, with a lot of the like, you know,
everything.
George Floyd, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that was going on.
Jacob Blake, you could continue to name them. We'll be here till tomorrow.
Yes.
Deeper as far as like women not being, you know, equally paid in society, and having to deal with that ceiling, you know, that glass ceiling, because it's real. I grew up with women, and so I understand what that glass ceiling really looks like. You know what I mean? So, you know, we saw a lot of that stuff, man. And what I wanted to do and what Slim wanted to do was just show the world that we wasn't just taking your money. We weren't out here just being musicians just trying to take your money. We actually had a voice and we had a platform and we wanted to use it. So for us was our ode and our, you know, our response to a lot of the stuff that we saw out in the world. And we wanted to show the world, like, no, we're listening. You know what I'm saying? We hear y'all and we're listening, and this is the best representation for Slim and myself that we can do. Yeah, we can go out here and be political, you know, and speak on these issues, go to CNN and all, but the best way we could do that is through our music and through the visuals that we had. Like, I have my daughter in the video just to show her that, you know, like, Queen, you can be whatever you want to be. You can be the, you know, vice president of the United States. Hell, you can be the president of the United States if you really want to, you know what I'm saying, to go for it or whatever. I needed that. I needed to show her that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Slim had his son behind the scene working some of the cameras and some of the angles and stuff, like these grown men, these grown kings. Like, we wanted to show them that there are opportunities here, man, if you just reach out and grab it. You know what I mean? And so that was the whole nature of that For Us record. That was really more, it was a spiritual thing more than anything for that For Us record.
I felt it as a spiritual thing. Thank you.
And the rest of the record, but the other records was cool, but that was a spiritual record for us. Like, that record felt different, you know.
That grabbed me in to further listen to everything that y'all had out, because I honestly didn't know it was just y'all too.
Yeah, we did that on purpose.
Because the music's already there. That sound is still there.
Goosebumps. Serious. Like, you guys sound like four people.
Right. That was the goal. Because now you're going back and listening, like, okay, well, how many words in the background? Like, how many
See, right. I'm old school. So after I heard it, you know, I'm going to the video now. And now I'm looking, and it's like Mike and Slim. I'm like, no, it's four of them. I honestly heard the 112. I heard 112.
Right. And we made sure we wanted to do that. We did it. That was on purpose. That wasn't an accident. That was on purpose.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Izzy, the baby sleeps still, I hope so.
Yes.
What do you want to ask 112, Mike and Slim?
Okay, I'm gonna start my question out with a little bit of a story. When I was a kid, I was, you know, you guys, that was when y'all was in your prime. And this is my mother right here, Vivi. So I remember getting in trouble for knowing all the words to Anywhere. She was so mad at me. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm saying, but like, it's hot. So from there, I wanted to ask, did you guys get any backlash back then? Because I know now, like, with social media, everybody has their opinions, and you can see even like when WAP came out last year. Did you guys get any backlash on making those types of songs?
Oh my God, did I get backlash? Oh my God. My mom is an evangelist. You feel me?
Oh,
okay.
So
I'm in the hood, and I want to beat all of y'all. What is she singing? What are you talking about? But I listened to it so much. I don't know why I didn't expect her to know it.
Oh, yes. It was the blessing. It was the blessing.
No, I'm talking to every word, every part, everything. I was like, no, no, no. You ain't in no shower doing nothing.
In a water bed.
Lying down.
Hey, go to bed.
Get out of here.
Oh my goodness. You know what though? Like we did our best to, use words where, we did a lot of we used a lot of similes and metaphors and like, like we had like trick words because here's a known fact here too. All right. So we were about to have a heavy endorsement, strong endorsement.
Oh yeah.
And it was right there. I promise y'all, the check was right there. And then one of the little girls, the daughter, she was singing, and Mike sing Mike's part, the bridge. and then we get a phone call, and it was like, you know what? We love y'all. You look like 4 God-fearing young men. Right from the church, but we were just thinking like that bridge there, you know what, we're gonna have to decide that, I was like, oh.
Now the
So,
record,
yeah.
the record was Peaches and Cream. And we had, so we had an endorsement deal. We ain't gonna talk about, we ain't gonna say what company it was, but we had an endorsement deal with Peaches and Cream in that record, and one of the executives kids was listening to the song, and I guess one day she actually like listened to what the child was saying, and she was like, no, we can't do it. And we lost the endorsement like that, man. We was like, you know what, we ain't even mad at it because we knew what it was. We were surprised they hadn't gotten that far. You know what I'm saying? we were surprised. We're like, shit, like they ain't canceled that thing a week ago. Oh, okay. Cool. But it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? It's a gamble. You know what I mean? But the records we did, like we did it. The thing was, we did, like Slim said, we did it metaphorically and we did it subliminally. So you could make your own decision on what Peaches and Cream meant to you, what anywhere meant to you. You know what I mean? Like we said some specific words, but we were more suggestive as opposed to, directly saying that this is what we're doing in Peaches and Cream. Because like if you listen to it now, you know exactly what we were talking about on Peaches and Cream. However, we said it subliminally, so you could, kind of, well, are they talking about that? Are they not talking about that? Y'all know we talking about that, but at the same time,
I knew what you guys was talking about, and I'm trying to figure out.
But we made it to where it was like subliminal to the fact that you could at least hear it on the radio and stuff like that. Was because like Slim said, like we come up, we're from Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I mean? So that Bible Belt, that whole God-fearing thing, that's real down here. You know what I mean? So we came up in that era where it was about, not disrespecting your family. And one thing that my family always said, like, don't mess up my name while you out here in the road, while you out here doing your 112 thing or whatever. Don't mess up that last name. You know what I'm saying? So we had to be mindful of that. We still had to live our lives, but at the same time, we were still mindful of that stuff. So we was really more suggestive and more subliminal, which I feel like was actually more of an artistry as it is now versus, where it's like kids are now just saying whatever the hell come out of their mouth.
Yeah.
In our world, we had to be subliminal with it. You know what I mean? We had to find clever ways of saying the same thing that these kids are saying now. But we definitely, like, they caught us, that we thought, we just knew, we was like, ooh, fingers crossed, bro. I said, because if we can get Peaches and Cream. Right. Like they had it ready and everything. The new Peaches and Cream flavor, yada 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 yada.
Oh my God. They had it.
I just stand in the wall talking about the dude. I want to stop it, girl. I can't get it. And then she was like, what is that?
They would have used it in 2020 or 2021.
Right.
It'll be mild comparison. Now it'll be like, if you think about it now, Peaches and Cream is mild in comparison.
That's a fact.
So it is what it is, man. We ain't taking nothing back. You know what I'm saying? We'll do
innovators.
You don't need
Charlene in the corner. got the new face on today. Go ahead. What are you gonna ask the guys here?
What is next for 112?
Charlene, that's last. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
That was my question.
Well, I'll give him the last question, but go ahead, Charlene.
What's next for 112? Hey, well, we have worldwide tours, and as soon as the doors and stuff open up, we have worldwide tours that we got going on. Mike and myself, we're definitely in the works of putting together the official album. So I know we put out the EP, and I want to give shouts out to all those that gave us those amazing reviews. Where they had us top 50 R&B albums of 2020, and you know what I'm saying. And even though it was an EP, thank you all. Because that was amazing. That was actually amazing, and like we're working with different genres, like different genres of music, doing some projects there, situations, writing with artists that are out right now. We'll probably come back on the show and talk about it in more in depth once it gets a little.
Hold on, but I'm gonna tell you about that in 2 minutes. Hello, Antoine, late for the Marty A Johnson Show. You know better. You barely got in.
Had an emergency. I apologize. True, I was not here.
I was just gonna keep it. I was just keeping all ladies, but you fuck with us hard here, so that's why I let you in with.
Apologize to the show. 7:15. I did not make it, but it's a pleasure to be here right now. 112. It's a pleasure, y'all. I would say the top 3 song, Only You is my top 3 song from you guys. And I had a question that you may not have the answer to, but it's a question that's been on my mind for years. Puff Daddy has an ad lib on Mace's verse that's like slightly loud, like louder than the rest of the track. It's like there's a rumor, I'm not saying it's true, but that he wasn't really a fan of Mace's verse, but Puff Daddy was like all up on the ad libs, like a little bit more loud with the and I wanted to know, was that true? Like, was that verse like, just not favorited by P. Diddy? And did he was that dub to cover up just whatever he did?
From my understanding, he loved the record. He loved Mace. He loved Mace part. He loved Big's part. He loved, especially the remix. And I think Puff really, here's the thing about Puff. Puff wanted that Shinola. You know what I'm saying? So if his shit sounded louder, that was on purpose. Like he wanted everybody to know that he was on this record as well. So it wasn't so much that he didn't like Mace part as much as he wanted the world to know that he was part of this record too. When Puff knows that he got a hit on his hands, bro, he wants to be part of that. You know what I'm saying? And justifiably so, because that's how Bad Boy was built. You know what I'm saying? We was all a family, and you was like in a video, you would see 112. We wouldn't even be singing on the record, but we would just be in the video, a fake video, or a big video or something like that. That's just how it went or whatever. So while we have not heard that rumor before, like I will say that and I can say this with confidence that if Puff's vocals was turned up, that was on purpose. And
I'm not surprised.
He really wanted that Shinola more than anybody else. If he could get that Shinola, he tried his best to get that Shinola, but it all worked out in that favor, man. Like Puff was that guy. He was the guy that was gonna give you an ad lib. He was gonna give you that feels good, yeah. On Mace part, he was gonna give you those He was gonna give you all that. That was all
he is on the record. It
is.
Yeah, so that's just how Bad Boy went. So, and then you got to understand as well, it wasn't digital at that time. We was still on audio. You know what I'm saying? We was still doing things on reels. You know what I'm saying? So if the sound was different, that's just what it was back then. You know what I'm saying? It's like if vocals was like loud in this one part, you just had to roll with it, dude.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
Before we leave, I want y'all to do a drop for the show. But there's a lot of artists here. I wasn't actually what you say to up and coming artists. I'm not doing that. I asked Coolio. Shout out to Coolio. He came on the show a few times. I'm gonna give y'all the same invite. Greg, I see you watching, Greg. So I'm telling these guys now, the management, Greg. All right. So look, you guys are composers. You guys are known for hitting the stage. You guys are known for making hits. All right. Do y'all really look for new talent to really work with, or y'all keep your ears to the street to the new what's now? Do y'all look at that right now?
Yes, I do that. I personally do that right now. Like,
good. Pause with that. What about you, Mike?
I really don't get into that, bro, because honestly, man, I me being an artist for 25 years, I know the mindset and attitude of artists, and I can't really click with that. You know what I'm saying? Like me trying to tell somebody who got millions in their bank accounts and shit, like you got to get up at 6 o'clock, and them telling me, you know, that no, get out of here. I'm not doing that or whatever. Like I can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I need hard work. And not saying that the young people won't do that, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like I don't see the same grind that I don't see the same grind in these young people, and they don't have to. But I don't see the same grind that Slim and I had back in the early 90s, 2000s, where you didn't sleep. You know what I'm saying? These kids nowadays is like I don't see that same grind. Not
they don't want to grind
because I'm sure they work hard at what it is that they do, but technology has made it to where they don't necessarily have to grind their way. And I just, it's like I'm speaking Spanish and they're speaking German. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that stuff. So I don't really work with artists like that. I do want at some point, like once after we do this next 112 album, I do want to start my rock band that I wanted to do. It's called we call it the Shenanigans. And so I do want to start that. You know,
my favorite word.
Yeah, we call it Shenanigans, and it's crazy. And the whole concept of the rock band is crazy. But yeah, that's somewhere down the line, and that's just something to do. 112 takes precedence over all of that. You know what I mean? But this is something that in the downtime, wherever that is, that's what I'll be doing as well. But as far as like an artist where I'm looking over, I can't see myself doing that, man. Because what I do is I do vocal coach. And as a matter of fact, we spoke about Total earlier. Kima from Total has a daughter that's in the music industry right now, and I vocal coach her. And she is amazing. She looks just like Kima, and she sounds like she has the gift. And I vocal coach her every Wednesday. And I get, like I'm in her ass, man. Like, I like the old school. I said, listen, if you're gonna be my pupil, I'm gonna ride you tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna, cuss you out and all this other stuff. If it ain't good, you'll have to do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. And she's been doing her thing. She is really awesome. Along with Christine, she's like somebody else that I'm doing it as well. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing to see that these young people are just as gifted as we were. And they want to learn, you know what I'm saying? So that just gave me a whole another thing, man. So outside of 112, those are the things that I'm doing personally. But now, like cultivating a new artist, I can't do that, man. Like I was hell, so I can't imagine, what I'm saying?
Are you open to giving, well, you're very vocal, which I like. These are the people I like. Are you open to giving people constructive criticism? Saying, look, it ain't hot, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. Right before the pandemic hit, we were actually supposed to be the judges for Making the Band. We were Slim and I were actually the new judges, two of the new judges for Making the Band. Wow. On MTV, but of course that got canceled and postponed because of the pandemic or whatever. But we was the two judges. We couldn't wait to cuss these little kids out. Well, that ain't shit. Do it again.
I want y'all to
dang, Mike.
Well, Mike,
we couldn't wait.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Greg. I see Greg. What's up, Greg? The manager, Greg. Mike, I want you to cuss like that and Slim on our tap in segment. Coolio came back and did it. People flood my inbox every day. I'm sure we have a segment called Tap In. The legends come on. You guys are young legends though. And they be mad at me because I tell them, I'm like, bro, I'm like, yo, play your hottest joint. So I think Slim's down for. I think I got a nice talk, Mike. Now we got a segment called Tap In. The boys was gonna come on, but I ain't giving no invite. I want y'all to come on in 2 weeks to tap in. I already chopped it up with y'all. As soon as I come on, I want to chop it up and y'all hear some records about 30 minutes.
Let's do it.
In 2 weeks. Hey. Look, y'all seen the promo clip I did for it. I'm gonna put the nice promo clip that I did myself. The voiceovers of me say, yo, 112's coming back. You got that music, bring it. Same time in 2 weeks. Y'all hear this, right?
Yeah.
I want Slim and Mike to come back.
Do me this favor though, Marty. Do me this favor though. Put some devil horns on my picture. You know what I'm saying? Like you see my promo picture? Put the devil horns.
Perfect.
On the side.
We always tell everybody, don't be in your feelings because
don't
be hurt.
Oh yeah, there's no feelings in this.
Yeah, but we got 25 years of experience, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro? We ready.
Perfect. Shit. So look, with that being said, tell me about the new album. Even though y'all coming back, tell me about the album. Tell me about the album. The EP first.
So the new album is called 112 Forever, and we call it an album. It's technically it's an EP, but but it sounds like an album because we got an intro, we got interludes, you know, we got everything that you would expect.
Real deal.
It's a real album to us, man. So you know, we're gonna claim it and call it an album. The new album is called 112 Forever, Slim and Mike. It is our ode to the R&B world. We knew that, you know, because all our fans have been asking us online, like social media stuff, when are y'all gonna put some new music out? We're so tired of hearing what's going on right now. Can y'all give us some love records? Can y'all give us some of that old 112 sound or whatever? So we were like, no, we can't give you old 112, but we'll give you 112 with a new twist to it. You know, we'll give you a new updated version of 112, but we'll give you that 112 sound. So be looking for the 112 sound. We got subject matter in these records. The music is incredible. We got interludes. We got up-tempo records. We got mid-tempo records. We got ballads, and we got an intro. It's amazing. I love the album. I just got finished listening to it about an hour ago.
Perfect.
You know, that's how much I love this record. It's thought-provoking. It's politically correct in some areas, and in some areas we're pushing the boundaries, man. Like that's and so go out and get that new EP. Go on to 112forever.com to get a hard copy of the CD. You can get your hard copy of the CD.
Old school. That's what I'm saying.
Old school.
I love that. I love that.
112forever.com. Go on to 112forever.com. That's our official page where you can get all the information about touring, what we're doing, the videos. You can get links into the videos as well. And you can also you purchase merchandise like the hoodies, footies. We got neck gaiters. We got masks. And we got the hard copies of the new CD.
Okay, perfect. Look, so mark your calendars. 112's coming back. Hell, I gotta look at my calendar. It's it's not next week. Remember, for the new season of the Marty A Johnson Show, I told you I ain't playing around. I got all legends. They're all from the 90s. Hold on. Next week, Silk's coming on next week. So shout out to Silk. They'll be here next week.
Oh,
big brother.
Hey man, big shout out to Silk, man.
Yeah. When I did another show prior to this, because my first start was with Bad Boy. I did one show for 8 seasons. And then when I started off this show's in my 4th season, Silk was my first guest. So shout out to them.
Real nice. Dope.
So look, first dual drop for the show. Remember, I'm Marty. This is the Marty A Johnson Show. I'm turning their cameras off because I just want to get y'all in the picture. So look, y'all already know y'all names. Y'all know rookies to this. Charlene, turn your camera off.
Okay.
So I want them to do a drop for the show, Izzy. let me turn their mic off real quick. Let me put them in the waiting room. Hold on, guys.
Okay.
I'm putting them in the waiting room real quick. They ain't gonna mess up my shot.
Oh my!
You ain't gotta do that. We off.
No, go ahead, guys.
All right, here we go.
Right here.
Yep, here we go. What up, y'all? This is 112, Mike and Slim, and we're chilling out with our homeboy, your homeboy, Marty A. Johnson. It's the Marty Party. Y'all already know what time it is. 112, Marty A. Johnson. It's going down. ATL, shout it.
112, baby. Let's go.
Perfect. Look, y'all did it in one take. That's 25 years strong.
One take, shout it.
That's 28, 25 years. If you're gonna be a biopic, can y'all see yourself doing a biopic? Because y'all got a story.
Yeah, man. But you know what, man? We still got so much. We still want that star. Like we want to cap the end of the biopic off with the star. You know what I'm saying? So once we get that, we'll do the biopic. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, right now, man, we still got a lot of years left, bro. A lot of years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Y'all think 112? They're coming back. Look, this is the receipt. They're coming back in 2 weeks at 7:30, right, guys?
Let's do it. 7:30 on the dot.
Mike, at your request, I'm gonna put horns on you too. I said,
hey man, put them horns
I'm gonna say, Michael Keith said he's about that life. If you ain't coming with it,
I'm in cows.
Okay.
I'm gonna sign the calendar, bro. It's gonna be hell, bro. Yeah.
Perfect.
I can't wait.
All right. So look,
y'all hit the wrong hornet's nest, man.
all right, artists. In 2 weeks, come with that heat. 112 is coming back. Guys, tell everyone your social media if I tell y'all good night. What's your social media?
The official 112. The official 112 on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Follow us on the official 112. You can follow us also on 112 Forever for all the merchandise. And what's the last? Oh yeah.
112 Rebirth TV on YouTube for all the videos, all the behind the scenes, all the documentaries. That's 112 Rebirth TV on YouTube. 112 Forever for all our merchandise, and the official 112 on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Perfect. Slim, did you forget anything? Am I missing anything, Slim, that you want to add?
No, my brother, he did an amazing job, and just wanted to thank everybody for supporting 112. 25 years. It's our 25th year right here, and it's amazing. You know what I mean? We heard the will of the people, the will of the world wanted to see 112 go on. They didn't want to see us just like. So Mike and myself, we taking it on. Here we go. We're not stopping. Hey, we'll see y'all at the Walk of Fame and the induction of the Hall of Fame.
Go.
Look, in the meantime, y'all see him 2 weeks on the Marty A Johnson Show. Yo, fellas, salute to y'all. I will see y'all in a couple of weeks and all that stuff. Follow them on everywhere and pick up that album now, the hard copy.
Yes.
You won't be disappointed.
Oh.
Cause we are the champions
of the world.
I like that. So look, thank you, y'all. So look for that flyer. Don't give me no Hollywood talk now. This is the receipt. They'll be back in 2 weeks, Mr. Greg. So
hey, bro, let's do it, bro. I'm ready. I can't wait to ruin somebody's career.
Perfect.
Look.
And you boys make sure y'all follow me on Instagram too at Marty A Johnson on everything.
We got you.
We got you.
We definitely got you on there. Yeah, we got you.
I'll see y'all in 2 weeks, guys. Salute to y'all. Y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all tell 112 good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Salute. It's been a pleasure.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Whoop, my bad. Let me get Slim off there. No.
He don't want to go.
Look, he come back. So look.
Look, he's still there. He don't want to go.
Okay, I'll do it again. Let me try it again. My bad. I got it. All right, so Big Sis Viv, how was 112?
Awesome. Awesomeness.
Huh?
Awesomeness.
I'm Charlene. Do we play around this season? I've been telling people on the Marty A.
But wait, can I say this? I
no.
thought Mike was gonna come in because he had his shades on. I thought he was gonna come in like whatever. He was so open and so like, what?
Yes, girl.
Because I was ready to be like, like, really,
No.
Mike? Take them shades off. But he was Mike and Slim, 112, y'all.
Yes,
The real 112.
12, right.
Legendary.
that energy
Right.
was everything.
That energy was
It
serious.
was everything.
But Marty, you do it all every week. Every week.
Look,
It
good.
goes up
It's
and
getting
up,
hot,
up
Marty.
and up.
Yes.
Right. Like
Look.
today, I was like, wait, should I put on my little $600 jacket? Because 112 coming, but then I'm going to be hot. Like, because Marty be bringing it. Marty. Happy
Izzy,
birthday,
how was that
Rally
with 112?
boy.
Izzy, do you like it?
Yes, I was so excited telling my little story about when I got in trouble. I really think about that every time I hear that music, and they were like, so I don't know, it felt like we was just chilling, but it always felt like that on the show. So I
All
can't
right, so
even
look,
say.
hit my inbox tomorrow. I want to get on the show. I'll let you in now. So where can I get in? So look, I'm obviously do tap in about 30 minutes. So look, what are y'all doing this week? Look, don't forget, next week on the show, Silk is coming on next week. I said, wow. I told you, we're the only platform with celebrities every week.
Every week.
That's
if you allow them in. How about that?
Yeah, I be lying about to them. Look,
Marty, you on fire right now, man.
look,
Mhm.
look.
Blessings.
I gotta let y'all know. I got some good news and bad news.
No, you told us to, what's the bad news?
I'm gonna have to invite y'all for another day during the week if CC Pennison want to come on.
Not CC Pennison.
You said CC Peniston?
Yeah,
Okay.
CC Pennison gonna come on.
Where? What day? When? Because I gotta go hair shopping. What?
Hold on. CC Pennison will be here tomorrow.
Whoa.
For real?
shit.
I'm inboxing on a flyer right now.
Shit.
Hold on.
What time? Wait, hold up.
I told you, you
It
gotta be
should
ready on
here
this show.
tomorrow. Nah, it should be here tomorrow. I'm good. I already ordered one. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got new hair coming.
Do you want to do the show tomorrow?
Yes. Yes.
Hell, you said CeCe Peniston. Like,
No,
really?
No, I'm joking. She is doing the show, but not this Wednesday. Ooh, I'm spitting and everything.
I'll tighten up this one for her.
Look,
What?
no, she's coming, but
Shit.
no, I'm gonna start doing the show twice a week now. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, you doing it on Wednesday? Yeah, it's getting.
No,
the Marty
because I'm
A
sorry.
Johnson
Because
Show,
honestly, I don't have enough time.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's a good problem.
Right?
That's a good problem.
I said, ooh, has he started wearing me out?
That's a good problem.
Yes.
That's
Great
strawberry
problem to have.
Okay, let me tap in with some music. But now I'm gonna do another show this week. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or Thursday.
Let it be Thursday.
I'll do Thursday.
Yeah,
We'll do 7:30 on Thursday.
I'm with you.
All right.
LaBelle, are you gonna be here or Anthony's gonna come instead? You gonna do a switcheroo?
No, I'm thinking about it though. No, but I'm gonna be on time. I'm gonna be locked and loaded.
Wait,
No
you
doubt.
got
sometimes,
a twin?
yeah, he's a twin.
Yeah.
You mad late, man.
Nah, I thought he was only joking when he used to say that. I
No.
never saw the twin. I'm like,
Been on the show with him too.
Shoot,
Not
may,
since
you know,
I
may
was
bring him
here.
back around now.
no, because I literally went through his page. I was like, I'm a stalker.
Let me see what music I can play.
Then you
But no,
refer me
no, 'cause
press, I'm going
sometimes
through
when we
your
have the
shit.
celebrities, we don't have time. I don't even have time to tap in because I love when the celebrities come on. Let them talk.
No, that was a
They was on
Making-
7:30 on the dot too.
112 is the when I tell. Did y'all hear For Us yet? That's their
No.
new. That's their
Mhm.
new.
That's newer.
See, that's how much I'm on their back.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have look. Sometimes I don't have enough time.
That's their new.
Now,
Go to YouTube and go to their video.
True story. When we reached out to the other boys, they was like, you know, I said that's fine. And then Q and Deron was like, nope. I'm like, okay. Then Mike and Slim's like, bro, we want me. Then I was like, bet, come on Tuesday. Another Tuesday, like, we want to do the show.
Promoting it. They want to come on.
Guess what I said? Never mind. I'm asleep.
For real, at this point, you don't even.
I know. I no hell. People turn me down. You know, people turn me down before. Hell. Let me get the record ready. No, recently Brian McKnight told me no, and then he seen I was popping. He changed his mind. I said
no. He probably saw that Shirley Caesar little promo. He was like, oh wait, what? Then he saw Shania. What? No. Now you stay back there. Get out of here.
No. He said we can do it under these conditions. I was like, no.
You know how Jay-Z? I don't want to say. You know how you said the Super Bowl. I don't need y'all. You need me.
So look, if you're an artist, if you got some hot music, we're tapping for a little bit. Where's your brown paper bag? Because your management, she be showing up saying, well, you always in the bag. What you got?
I could sing you something. Let me pull it up.
Always in the bag, as I said.
Look, I'm gonna start over. So no, if you look, I'm gonna tap in for a minute. Look,
yeah, we could.
Not tapping for a few minutes. Yeah, because some of the boys from Silk ain't all of them, but look, the main ones who sing, they'll be one. The main ones. Yeah. So let me see what I'm gonna do for. Who is LaBelle? This must be your people's. Alonzo Smith, whoever that is. Alonzo Smith, that's your people's, LaBelle?
Not familiar with that name.
Okay. You might, okay, I'm about to say. All right, you already know the thing. You're not feeling it, cut.
Here we go.
Okay, if you're an artist, tap into my inbox. I'm gonna do a little bit of tap in. Look, I'm gonna do it on Thursday too. So y'all check us out this Thursday at 7:30. I'm gonna be on. We're just gonna tap in on Thursday because I never have time. Which is a good problem to have. Okay, Charlene, you know what it is. I don't know if it's Jesus. I don't know if they're praising somebody, which ain't nothing wrong with the Lord.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna get you a problem to have. Okay, so y'all can hear it. I don't know if it's Jesus. I don't know. Yeah. Let me try. If it ain't feeling it, cut.
Cut.
Yeah.
Cut.
Production is horrible.
Cut.
Production is horrible.
Cut.
I'd rather floss my teeth. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
Don't cut your gums.
Mm. Woo.
Just cut the song.
Cut the song.
I was born. I'm flossing my teeth. Okay. Izzy, what do you think of it? Neil Diamond.
It was just too much going on at one point. I'm like, is there two songs playing at the same time? Like it was too much.
Yeah. Look, I'm being flossing my teeth to that. Olivia, what do you think of it?
Trash. Today ain't even a day. Ain't even know.
They had 112 on the show.
Ain't even a day, Marty. I don't know what. I ain't even got. Look, cut.
Oh, Charlene. Okay, let me see what's next in my inbox. All right. Okay. Darren Blackman, call me at the show. Then I see your inbox. Look, I say tap in. Look, call me. I gave him the number to call. Let me see. Look, call me up, bro. I'm about to play it. He wants the feedback. I think he knows he gets the gist of the show. He's not gonna get in his feelings, nothing like that. Okay, he's about to call me. I told him to call. So y'all already, Big Sis, what did we say when we're not feeling? What happens? Okay.
Sorry, I ain't even had that in my mouth.
Okay, Darren Blackman, call me if you got some heat. Let me play it. Okay, he said he got something. He said he got something for us.
What change?
Who's this from California calling me? Hello, who's this? Oh, D Blackman, hold on, I'm playing your record. Hold the line, please. We got.
My bell was like just cut.
Tonight gonna be the night, yeah. We just gonna have fun, yeah, tonight, yeah. Oh, you know, yeah. The electric in my soul.
Tap in.
That my mind I go, yeah. Just wanna party with you. Let me go to a place.
Wait.
I make you feel right, set your mind right. You know you're under the spotlight. No time for games. Come, let me go insane. Yeah,
Okay, cut.
Oh, see my floor.
Yeah.
No, it was okay for a second.
Yeah.
Tonight was the night.
Okay, it's called Tonight.
Tonight was the night.
Hold on. The caller's on the line. He here to defend his record. Hello.
My computer almost closed on
Wait a minute. I was sleeping my floor, so hopefully the panel's gonna say something nice about your record. D Blackman, hold on. With first, thank you for calling. Where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
Are you in Raleigh, Cary, Durham, Chapel Hill, down the street? We don't know. North Carolina's a big
Charlotte.
state. Okay, perfect. You know, this show's all over the world.
Yeah.
All right, so look, first of all, how do you like 112?
Oh man, 112 is the shit. They're like, I grew up listening to 112. You could never go wrong with 112, man.
Okay, well, you know they're coming back in 2 weeks. You heard that for yourself, correct?
Yeah. I'm tuning in.
Okay.
And drop something better.
Okay, hold on. With that being said, Big Sis cut me off. She ready to say drop something better. Hi, this is D Blackman.
Sorry.
Hold on, I'm this fine. Okay, she said drop something better. What do you think of it? Come tonight's gonna be the night. I'm not shitting on his record, but Big Sis, what you think of it?
I don't like it.
Ooh. Let me ask Antoine. Go ahead, why?
No. It sound confused. It was confused.
Okay. Okay. hold on, Antoine. So look, so tonight's the night. So when 112 is coming back in 2 weeks, and they want to hear some records, because Michael Keith said he's ready to give someone the business. He has no filter. Are you gonna play Tonight's Gonna Be the Night? Remember, you can play, hold on, you can play Freak Me by Silk is 30 years old, because they're gonna be here next week. That's an instant classic. Good music does not have expiration date. Would you play tonight?
I'm gonna come on a different vibe.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little bit more like kind of R&B with some West Indian feel.
Hold on, let me ask Antoine. Hi, Antoine. You was late, so let me give you some camera time, some air time. I can hear you. I said, hold on. Let Lavelle say what he's talking about. What do you think of Tonight with D Blackman?
Marty, this is no bias. I'm a fan of the song. I'm a believer of the record. The island aesthetic, the Sonic Island appeal or whatever, it's not as bad as what I've heard on the show. Like, it's at least somewhat authentic. I can ride with it. I can move. It's hard to hear what he's saying, but I'm still somewhat of a fan of the song.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Well, hi, Izzy. Okay. Someone said I don't like it. Lavelle said he liked it. Hi, Izzy. What do you think of it?
I think it was all right. However, I feel like it was like a basic island sound. Okay. Like it was just like too like I feel like I heard that so many times before.
There was no wow factor to it.
Yeah.
Well, turn yourself in the background, somebody, and someone needs to change their battery in their smoke detector.
It ain't me this time.
It's definitely not me.
Lavelle.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. D Blackman, you want to come on the show? Charlene, let me move on. Charlene, I'll get you a next one. I'm about to finish sweeping my floor or something.
Okay.
Charlene, was you done? What happened? Was you done, Charlene? Goodness gracious. Hi, Charlene. Oh, here we go. Someone sent me this long bio. Hi, Charlene told me to send this through Messenger. I tried to call and not. Okay. Girl, I'm not even gonna read all that. I'm live. Sing your music. It's only say just sing your music.
Just send it.
I don't care if you're a friend of Antoine's. I don't care if
you send your music.
Here, look. I don't care if you're a friend with Antoine. I don't care if your baby plays with. I don't care if your baby plays with my baby at the daycare. Sing your music. I don't care. Let the music speak for itself. Hi, I play with you. My son plays with your baby at the daycare. So I don't need all that. I'm a friend of Charlene. That makes Charlene look bad when we ain't feeling it. Let me see what Izzy's talking about. Hold on.
Very true.
Ooh, I like Izzy has a visual. Let me see.
Everything. All the time.
Paving this shit crying.
But if she's been sweeping my floor, let me check.
Level up. I freestyle.
Level up.
On the hunt for competitors. You broke as hell, get your cheddar up. Them the niggas you settle for. If it's about a check, then I'ma set it up. I am the bitch that you never was. On cruise control, but I'm revving up. One hand on the wheel, is he gonna ride? Bitches won't play, is he gonna slide? They couldn't even look a bitch in her eyes. Back
I'm watching the video.
Bitch, I'm a star, still on the rise. Make a wish when I'm shooting by. New design.
Tap in.
Pie that chocolate make him lose his mind. Say she in my league, bitch, use a lie. I'm on level 10, she tryna shoot the 5. I'm a truck, I'm in a coupe behind. Had your man come through in a suit and tie. This big business, I ain't trying to make friends with it. Lifestyle expensive, I been different, been winning. What you trying, I been doing. Level up,
level up.
On the hunt for competitors, you broke as hell, get your cheddar up. Them the niggas you settle for. If it's got a check, then I'ma set it up. I am the bitch that you never was. On cruise control, but I ain't revving up.
If you got that heat, bring it. Wow.
Little short joint.
Hold on. First, I thought I was gonna hear Sierra. Level up. I said, level up. You tell me, okay, ladies, I'm just repeating her. These bitches better. Hi, Charlene. I missed you on last time. What do you think? I don't care if she's here. What do you think of?
Right.
I do not care if she's here. Because I already called social service on her already. But how do you think about
I call social service on all of y'all.
Go right ahead. Charlene, what do you think of it? Rev it up. I'm sorry. I thought level up. It was rev it up.
Yeah, Izzy always brings it.
It's rev it up.
And
Yeah,
you
wrap
gonna
it
make
up. So my apologies.
This.
So Izzy didn't cash. I'd be like, Lavelle gets side deals to say that, huh? Because Lavelle gets side deals to giving people good compliments.
Oh Lord.
I ain't got the promo money like that.
Yeah.
She ain't send me no cash. She ain't send me no cash.
Okay. So Mama Bear, so your baby girl, have you heard this before? Oh, this is the old one. Okay.
It's old, but I heard it.
I can't tell. Very new.
Yes,
Still not dated.
And that's stuff that you were talking about. If it's a good hit, it don't matter when.
It's not dated. That's right.
Don't matter.
Yeah. March 9th when Lisa come on, I'm gonna play Take Me Home and y'all can do gonna rock to it.
I'm a fan out.
Look,
y'all might see me dancing around this little place
look,
right here.
That's in a few weeks. Wow. Marty A Johnson Show book. Lavelle, what do you think of what do you think of Rev It Up by Izzy?
It ain't no stopping you, Izzy. It's at this point you're unstoppable. I would say that song will work good on a playlist because of its duration, like the time. Because it's literally in and out, but it's like, hold up, I didn't get enough, hold up. So I don't know what to say at this point. I don't think you're ever going to
bring that back.
Hey, thank you.
No problem.
Wow. Side note, Izzy, I seen that stuff to Coolio Saturday. I sure did.
Yeah, I was gonna call you.
Look, I actually sent that to him on Saturday.
Okay.
Thank you. Marty the plug. Marty the plug.
Look, I didn't forget. So let me see who's next. Oof. I need to hear from. Okay, I heard from a female already. Okay, fella. Let's see what you're talking about, please. Okay. Jamie, I'm gonna hear what you're talking about. In the meantime, I'm gonna.
Wazo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do I need to finish sweeping my floor?
Wazo.
Do I need to finish sweeping my floor? And Wazo, I appreciate you sharing the video also. Thank you, Wazo. Thank you. Let's see what Wazo's talking about though.
I feel you, little baby. These songs just fucked me up too, dog. 10 years in solitary. Dear John, let it go to the mill. Say nigga, fuck you, missing pieces of the puzzle. The reason I didn't trust you, believe me, that wouldn't touch you. I knew that you were trouble. You lied, you just lied. I put that on my boards. Every day that I was locked behind them doors. I like promise that it's gonna be one of yours, cause it won't be one of mine. I raise the heat, it won't be summertime. You get burnt, catch a tan, you ain't learned, bitch, I'm turned inside out, outside in. It all depends on how I'm feeling, the BMW with the beams, and how I'm chilling, rocking the bubble, boosting some Tim's. Oh, how I'm sipping on me a cup of juice with some gin. I really was killing killers. I really was robbing robbers. My city is where I'm living. You got a problem. Murder mouth, knuckleheads know that I get it poppin'. They know if I hit the bottom, somebody getting gotten. My niggas be getting mad like I need to stick to rapping, like I need to chill. Trying to run up them M's, for them niggas like I'm old as fuck. So I ain't slow enough. A stop sign, copping the pistol can hold me up. Shorty asked me for some diamonds, I said sure. Then went and bought her ass a brand new deck of cars. I always had a job, but I always been the boss. And I did it all in a pair of AirPods. Old age, grown since the 5th grade. Big plays, only way I get paid.
That's enough.
Yeah.
I like that one.
It was all right at the beginning, but the more it went on, it lost me.
I kind of heard it before tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I kind of like it. I had to hear it twice. I listened to it a few times.
Okay,
but
that's the honest answer. On this, I think on this show,
because at first plate, you're like, I don't like that food.
Okay, yeah, on this show, sometimes because I honestly he tagged me in this, I never heard it.
You mean no? He didn't. He didn't put it on the
No, he said no. He put this on Valentine's. I knew I was gonna play it. He's like, play it. I was like, so he told me to take a listen. I was like, bro, I ain't gonna listen to now.
Right. Yeah, it's like, somebody hands you a plate. You like, what the is this?
Right.
I don't want this. And then you like, let me taste it because I'm hungry. Oh, let me taste some more. Yeah. That's what it was.
God. Lavelle, was this something Was you bored, or were you feeling
I like it?
Was it too dated?
I do like it.
Keep it in the show. Keep it real now.
I'm trying to be off the fence as much as possible. I do like it. It's very poetic. You know, it's kind of like a testimonial type of record, which I like those. If you're gonna kill the flow and you're gonna tell your story, I'm really there to listen. So it helped me on. I didn't want to cut it.
Right.
Oh, Slim said, "Let me back in."
Let him back in. Let him back in. Let him tap in. Oh, shit! Let him tap in.
Okay.
Nah, I'm doing his group mates here. So Charlene, I'm moving on. Did you like that? I didn't like it.
No,
I ain't like the Wazoo, but
in the beginning it was fine, but as it went on, he totally lost me. He totally lost me. So I can't say I like that one.
Izzy, pause with that, Izzy. I'll get you for the next one. Okay. Lavelle have stuff underneath the rock in his factory. Let me see what he's talking about in this factory. He be having stuff. He ain't like Izzy. Izzy got stuff ready. But let me save room. Let me see what this is, Lavelle. So they don't give me no check, so I can't play y'all. It's called Save Room, Lavelle.
Yeah, Juice Cartel Save Room.
Oh, Juice Cartel.
But we just play the beats and we just see whose song we can sing under the bed. She feel me like, what sound, bro? Y'all trying to play that right quick?
Yeah. I'm with it, you with it.
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
All right.
And I'm gonna run it so I can't run it no lie. Hey, slide.
Hey.
Why don't you just save room for my love, baby? Save room for a moment to be with me. Save room for my love, baby. Save room for a moment.
It's a cut. It's a cut. It's a cut. It's a cut. It's a cut.
Cut
I was sleepy. I was sleepy. Hi, Izzy.
You tired?
Hey.
What do you think of it?
I was actually rocking with it. Is it already done, Lavelle, like mixed and mastered and everything? I feel like it could have been a little bit more sauce on her voice.
That was the girl?
Right. Yeah, that's Juice.
I quit.
That's Juice.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Izzy, go ahead.
But yeah, I was enjoying it. That's just my only thing. I feel like it could have been a little bit more sauce, like production wise, like in the studio, to make it more cohesive with the beat. But I liked it.
I've heard her music. Well, my give me last. Hi, Charlene.
Hi. The stuff that we've heard from her in the beginning was phenomenal. This right here is like I'm hearing the same thing over and over again. Like she sounds exactly the same. It's no, and then the talking in the beginning, that was just too much, you know. So that's why I say cut it.
What do you think of it? Is she there? Can you hear me? Is she muted?
Yeah, I'm here. No, I'm not muted. You muted me.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, you had me on lockdown. All right.
No, I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Cut. That's all I said.
Lavelle.
It's just that it was screamy. It was screamy. It wasn't engineered properly. It wasn't, nothing was right.
Someone just sent me call in, Miss Sutton. I do see you on my feed. I inbox you my number and I'll play it. Lavelle, let me ask you a question. I know I'm familiar with the name Juice Cartel. Shout out to her, but when artists tap in, when they send stuff to the factory to you, do you actually listen to it or do you wait till show night?
I listen to it. I'm doing this thing where I kind of warn them, but at the same time, I take the bullets. Like I love like the criticism, you know. I totally agree with the sound of Juice. Like it definitely, there's a dynamic. She's worked with many producers, some that mix differently or whatever. But Yeah, I do listen. I definitely very familiar with the record before I, send it to you. But
okay.
I'm working on my model, so I can, start knocking them more out the park.
Okay, let me see what this is. Hello, who's this? Turn your stuff off in the background. Who's this?
This is Miss Sutton.
Oh, hi, Miss Sutton. How you pronounce your first name, Miss Sutton? Oh, well, thank you for calling. You good? You sound like you got an attitude, ready to be defensive. You okay? How are you? You ready to put Vaseline on your face, ready to fight? And I'm saying, how are you?
She's like,
okay.
me take my earrings off.
Okay, who's your people? Charlene?
Charlene is a friend, yes.
Or she's just an associate, not a friend. Okay. Have you ever been to her house? Okay, you been to her house before? Okay, have you met her children? Okay, you're just a Facebook friend, but okay. But hold on, but thank you for calling. Have you ever even tuned into the show before?
Yes, my family is have their own independent.
Okay, have you tuned in? Have you tuned in before? Not your family. The family can call. Yes, ma'am.
Oh no, I listen in while they tune in.
Oh, well, we appreciate the support on this show. Do you get feelings when we're not feeling it? Because I haven't heard the record till now. I like to hear what the panel hears it. So, are you the artist, or are you the artist, or?
Oh no, I'm not the artist. Everything is radio.
Okay. Okay, he's your family member. Okay, let's have real talk before I hear the record. Did you hear it first prior to sending it to me? Can y'all hear her okay?
Yes, we can hear her.
Yeah, okay. The joint that you sent to me, did you hear it before you sent it to me?
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, our last guest has been on, sold over how many, y'all? 30 million records?
Over 30 million.
They sold 30 million records. They're Grammy Award winning artists. They're coming back on in 2 weeks. So if hypothetically, if Slam and Mike was on right now and we do a tap in with them, you're play this, right? Would you play this? Would you? I'm honestly, we're having real talk. Would you play this? If not, tell me.
Oh, most definitely I would play this.
Let's see then. Lavelle, we ain't going to sure. I'm Miss Sutton. She made me put some respect in her name. I'm Miss Sutton to you. Okay, but where you calling from in North Carolina? Okay, look, we setting around for the cut. Okay, why play it? Is the artist there with you right now?
Yeah.
That's who I need to speak to.
Okay. Most definitely.
Let me talk to the artist.
All
right. Is this the spokesperson or something? Hello, who's this?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
This is Raleigh, Radio Rock.
Radio Rock. How old are you?
I'm 21.
You sound younger than that. So
You
look.
sure do. He sound like 15.
Right. How old are you?
15.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this real quick. So,
okay,
are we gonna like this music? Just save me now, because are we gonna like this? You feel? Okay, let's let it play.
We don't have to fuss and fight. You don't have to stay tonight. Just because the boss.
Hold on, Radio Raw. Radio Raw.
okay, yeah.
I'm asking you again. You would send this in here, correct? Your hottest joint. This your hottest joint right now. So if I invite you on this show with us, with multi-platinum artists that sells hundreds and hundreds of millions of records, you'll play this.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Raleigh boy.
Has anyone told you they did not like this music?
All right.
Okay, is it just your family that listen to it?
No.
Okay, so far I played 24 seconds. Izzy, do I need to listen to any more seconds of it?
No.
Okay, Lavelle, do I need any more than 24 seconds?
I'm afraid not.
Why?
It's not a grabber.
Someone's in the background cussing, ready to cuss in the background. I hear them getting tight in the background. Big sis.
You said what?
Okay, whoever that's right. I'm a star too. I've interviewed the biggest stars in the world. Yes. Yes. How about this, young man? I feel like a big brother today. I'm gonna be nice today. Send me something else. Please.
Okay.
Not this.
Yes, send something else.
Send me something within the next 3 minutes. Now I might let you on the panel. Charlene. I got a bone to pick with Charlene now.
What?
Charlene.
I never heard a song before. I never.
No, let me tell you this, because and I see she's on the live. Did you tell Miss Sutton how this show is? What did you tell her?
She knows how the show is. She watches.
Okay. He's a radio personality. I just don't in the bathroom. Ready to be mad because I didn't look. Okay. Okay, I ain't give him no more airtime. Send me something else. Because Radio Rock, I was being nice by playing 24 seconds because I wasn't feeling it. I was gonna cut it in the first 10 seconds.
I cut the video off.
Okay. Let me try 2 more people. Woo. Radio Rock, send me something, please. Something else. Lavelle, you trying something else in the factory? Are you trying it again?
I'm trying it again, man. No.
Is this Moves? Because we heard something named Moves before. Oh, this Juice Cartel. She's trying it again.
It's Juice Cartel Moves. We're going to try. Hey, if I break it, I break it. If I get it.
Big sis, let's see what Juice Cartel is talking about with Move.
I swear we be on some extra. We just like the paper, baby, and the type for asking favors. I swear we be on some extra. I'ma make them say my name. Them other bitches lame. I swear I be making moves. I'm riding around in my trap jump. I know that I won't lose.
Cut, are y'all feeling it?
Lose. That's why I've been making moves.
Who said cut?
I know that I won't lose. It's like with me and Quay, EBK. We ain't had nowhere to go. Living on the road, got kicked out of my home. Only thing that kept me going. Got 2 kids on the phone, saying, Mom, what's going on? Why we can't go home? Feel like the world's stressing me, keep testing me. Feel like the Lord ain't blessing me, cause I ain't reaching my destiny. Wanna give up and just let it be, but I can't lose. I got knocked down, now I got up 10 times, still making moves. Moves. I'm riding around in my trap jump. I know that I won't lose. That's why I've been making moves. I know that I won't lose. That's why I love my daddy. He got cancer, baby. I'd do anything just to see you happy. 100 million in the safe, I wish I had it. So you can live out your days, being rich and happy. You gave me life so I can live and grow. For you to live, I give mine, just to let you know. I do this for you, for you. Every time I make a move,
Y'all surprising me with this one.
Can I tell you this? Can I go first? I'm sorry, Marty.
Well,
Not just her voice, but her story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Her voice grabbed me, and then I hear her. It made me want more and more and more and more and more. But you got to say to yourself, I don't want to be an addict of her story. Cut.
Right. I understand. Antoine, did you hear this before?
Yeah.
Mm.
What did they be cash apping you?
Hmm?
How much did be cash apping you?
I can't. I cannot.
Okay, I'm just checking. When you first heard this, you like the story? You like it?
I love the story.
It's the voice first.
Izzy, what do you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I kind of want to hear it like through my own headphones to see what it sounds like, but I still feel like there's something like the engineer needs to put on her voice. Not that her voice sounds bad, it's just like I need it to like be bigger or something, like a little bit of reverb or something.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
Tony?
Yeah, same thing that I'm piggybacking off of Izzy. It's in the production of it, something's missing, you know, but as like Viv said, like the story of it is amazing. So you do want to listen and listen and listen to what she has to say. But at the same time, that other ear is like, okay, this production in the background, it ain't kicking it, you know. But overall, she did an amazing job on the song.
Right. I understand. Only constructive criticism I would get back to her, because since Lavelle sent it to me, she has her own YouTube page and all that stuff. She has a lot of records on here. Again, by me looking at all this, I'm going back, like I said, always, sis don't have no visual, no video, a lot of records. Look, all the storyline, first thing, me thinking, where's her video?
Yeah.
How you look? Are you got a baseball bat hitting on stuff? Nothing. The story's cute.
Marty,
I didn't see a video to this.
I'll be 100% real. You probably gonna be like, why you said it then? But I'm gonna be 100%. I love working with artists. I love, still pushing them no matter what. However, the reason why, and I remember when I first started talking to you, probably before like season 3, about her coming on, and you were like, where's she at? That's the biggest problem with Juice Cartel. If you ever wondered, like, where's she at? That's literally the problem. She will hold herself back from making those types of, ironically, moves, right? Video, interviews, right? I don't go do the back and forth anymore, right? Because she's not the only artist I work with, but I always show love. If there's a favorite of hers, some of them may be raw, unreleased, I send it on through. And that's just me. That's just how I move,
Well, like I said, she's a new artist. Like I said, when you got, I ain't gonna say because she's here, when you got Izzy, every video she can, I've seen video, every single one except for one. All this stuff Juice Cartel had, she didn't take none of this money and say, okay, let me put a little extra $200-300 into the move to get a visual out. I don't care if you're big, small, skinny, nothing like BBW. I like them thick, but anyhow, side note, but there's nothing wrong with that. But I need a visual, sis. Oh, big sis, I think you're muted. I didn't do it. Yeah, but sis,
right.
You gotta realize this is a very competitive female market. Like I said, I'm bored. Okay, that's cute. Okay, what you look like, girl? I don't care.
Right, visual is a visual. Visual draws you in.
It's 2021.
That's all we have is visuals. Outside, it's supposed to be closed, except for Atlanta and Miami.
Right.
Do 2 more records. Let me do 2 more records by 10 o'clock. Okay. Please, y'all, when you come on the show, please have a visual, especially the ladies. Y'all, some of y'all know better. Oh, Charlene, a side note, what was you working on while getting this record together? You doing little teasers. You might need to talk to the producer extra nice to get something else.
I went into the studio and I found the record that I wanted to do. So some friends of mine are gonna jump on the track with me, and it's like an island type feel that it's gonna have. It's gonna be amazing. I'm excited.
Looking forward.
Charlene, how long is this gonna
go on?
2023?
I see.
No. tomorrow everything's gonna go out so that everybody can do their own parts. So
okay.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting
Let me
it.
close out with Kenny MacGyver. Kenny, I like Kenny. Kenny is cool. Kenny gives good talk when he came into the show with me in the Fisher Valley Boy.
Shout out Kenny, man.
Cocaine go gang, what that shit do like? Niggas love me cause I stuck to the code. Petty with loyalty, I only fuck with my own. Why you dapping up them niggas, leave them suckers alone. And you my brother, but that still get you one in your dome. I was raised by OGs, so I don't fuck with the phones. Social following low, and I don't wanna be known. Bitch, I'm still in the hood, but I don't wanna be home. Me and my niggas drive foreigns and ain't none of us home. It's all gas, no brakes in this bitch. It's been a minute. I know y'all been waiting for this. Apologies to my fans, I stepped away from this shit. I had priorities and rap won't even make it on the list. I had a Carolina way before the station exists. And you can win a CMA. I still think you a bitch. Claiming you a boss, but you stay getting pimped. Label making you famous, but ain't making you rich, huh? I shot a nigga in his face cause I ain't like his ass. What goes around comes around and I'm aight with that. Them niggas did a drive-by and couldn't strike a match. Property damage, nigga, you don't get no strikes for that. It's all gas, no brakes, bitch, you finna eat. You either with me or against me, ain't no in between. It's Carolina raised in these bull city streets. If you ain't loyal to me, nigga, use an enemy. It's all gas, no brakes, bitch, you finna eat. You either with me or against me, ain't no in between. It's Carolina raised in these bull city streets. If you ain't loyal to me, nigga, use an enemy. Ain't shit as shit cause of that radio show. But you make $12 an hour as a radio host. Sabotaging careers.
I don't make $12 an hour.
Bitch, you rich and unknown, you just famous and broke, huh? I see him out and I don't speak cause I don't fuck with him. He see me out at shows and try to speak cause he a sucker nigga. I don't fuck with him or anybody that fuck with him. Even if my own cousin with him, he gon' duck with him. So explain me, like when I'm coming up,
I just had enough. Yeah.
Let me see if I can call Kenny real quick.
Yeah.
It was all right, but it was good.
Yeah, it was
But I
cool.
just had enough.
Agreed.
And then the ending part was too much.
Yeah, just had enough. Like it was enough.
Izzy, this is more up your lane because this is like because you be what do you think about Izzy?
I enjoyed it. I feel like he had kind of like a New York style, like it was kind of reminding me of Jadakiss a little bit, the way he was rapping. But, I think it was cool. It was cool. It might be a little bit dated, but I think there's still a market for it. Still,
it might be dated. It could be that real underground, that true hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
It could sound dated, but in the same time, it's respected.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a nice way of saying it. So Big Sis, look, you're from the city. Look, you still G, but look, you still keep it fresh. Ponytail to the side. People don't know you're a glamour. You said you still about that life. If you need to be.
I right. If I need to be. If I don't need to be, I'm sitting back.
Okay, what do you think about Kenny MacGyver?
I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I can't tell you what he was saying right now, because when I go back, I'm gonna be like, all right.
Can we piggyback what you're saying? I remember a couple of weeks ago, we heard a joint similar to this. He was going hard, but at the same time, he was not disrespecting by name like other people were saying 50. Remember that?
Yeah.
The other artists, the hardness was there without the total disrespect.
The disrespect. That's what I mean.
You know what I mean? It was hard, but not disrespectful. Sort of. Can you agree?
Yeah.
Then Charlene, what you know about this? I'm going to Antoine. You know about this, Charlene?
I know what I like and what I don't like, and I mean, I really got that. I really like that. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Say that thought. Miss Sutton, she's calling back. I'm gonna end the show with this last one here.
Okay.
Let me see. They sent me something else. Okay. Look, if I like it, I might have you come on the show. The artist, not you, Miss Sutton. You want? All right, I'm telling them to call back. In the meantime, Livell, what are you working on right now?
Right now, we got a virtual concert going down with London Hot Radio. Yeah, this Saturday, February 20th, we got Salute Lotus, his crew jamming out 6 records, you know, so doing virtual concerts overseas called Booming at the Factory. We also do the versus battles with that as well. So that's what's going down this weekend. And of course, you know, it's still, you know, promoting, marketing, and I'm about to launch my own couple situations soon.
What kind of situations?
I don't really have many details yet, but it's gonna be a situation, you know. So, you know, about to pretty much do what's happening overseas with, you know, their radio station and stuff. That's pretty much about to do it here. But you know, as far as this week, we got, you know, the factory going down. Yeah, that's about it, Marty. You know, we still jamming out.
Okay, let me see it. Let me see who this is. They be mad at me. I'm not here to make friends. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, hello, I'm here.
I'm here. I get calls all over the world. Who's this? I get calls all over the world. This could be Slim trying to get back in. I don't know. Oh, I remember. Okay. Do you know my name?
Marty, right?
What's the name of this show?
Marty A Johnson.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, quick question. Do you have social media and all that too? Do you have your own social media?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, pause with that. Let me school you on a couple of things. Miss Sutton, that was nice you supporting him. He needs to be on his own social media. Wow. You gotta be about it. Have you ever been interviewed before? You get good talk, good conversation and all that? Y'all hear him okay? Y'all hear him okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, young man. So this is gonna be hot right here. We're gonna listen to more than 24 seconds.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you. Are we gonna hear more than 24 seconds? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna finish flossing my teeth. Hopefully this is probably not to. Let me go and play the record right here. Is it fast or slow?
It's pretty slow. I ain't really fast.
Okay. Do you work?
Yeah.
Okay. You have a 9 to 5. You punch your clock and all that, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been at your job? Then I'll tell you why in a second. A couple years? Good.
He said years, months. He said years, months.
I think he said a couple of years.
And then he said months.
How long you been working on your job?
A couple months.
Okay. You got kids? Nosy.
Okay,
hold on 1 second. Hold on. You sound very respectful, so I like that. Hold on 1 second. Let me play your joint here. Okay.
They put this club upside your head and then turn around and accuse you of attacking them. Every case of police brutality against a Negro follows the same pattern.
Intro too long.
Bust you all upside your mouth and then take you to court and charge you with assault.
Hold on.
What kind of democracy
They
is
must
that?
have forgot that they was killing from the start and it won't stop. We gotta stop and rise above. Cause we black and educated, black and always hated. We gotta wake up. They must have forgot that they was killing from the start and it won't stop. We gotta stop and rise above. Cause black and educated.
Hold on. Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Radio Raw. Do you have your own social media? Yeah. You have your own social media?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start off first. Then I'm gonna let the other people talk. Okay. I'm being nice. Okay.
You are. Sorry.
I think you can sing. I think you can sing. Now I don't care if people here in the background. I hope you got W-2 forms because you need to take your tax money and do some new production. Because production I'm not feeling. Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. And my baby was 6. He'd say nasty.
It would.
My baby say I don't like it. He'd cover his ears up and say I don't like it. Yeah. Look, I played my baby just woke up out of bed and said, "What's that? I don't like it." But my baby just got out of bed and said, covering up his ears. Look, my baby just got out of bed because he didn't know what that was. He thought something. Okay, but let me start with Izzy. Hi, Izzy. What do you think of I think he can sing, but what do you think of it?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's like it was a lot going on in my ears. I feel like he needs to get with a better engineer.
Who did the track for you? One of your friends, a family member?
No.
Who's talking to your background? You got a spokesperson? Goodness gracious. Who's talking for you? Look, can I tell you something? I'm trying to give you an invite because we have multi-platinum artists on the show. Wow. I'm trying to get you tapped in. Wow. Okay. Follow me on Instagram at Marty A Johnson. Let me see what you're talking about. If you follow me in the next 5 minutes, I might give you an invite. Big sis, what do you think of him? This young man? Because he started off very respectful. So, but how about the music?
Yeah. Can we go to the next?
Wow, they didn't like it. They say you're not entertaining. She just said that very subtly. But Charlene, what do you think of it?
I probably need to hear it again, but not right now.
No, he's really a respectable young man.
Yeah,
He really
his
is.
personality.
He can sing. He really can sing. It was just the production. The mix was horrible.
You didn't want to listen to it.
They need to get somebody else to engineer. Because that wasn't engineered great at all.
Very agree.
Did you follow me yet or no?
Right.
Did you follow me
Trial
yet?
and error.
Wow. I welcome you to come on with us Thursday and tap in because you sound like you got a good personality. We like to bring the youngins on and then the veterans on. You know, we're here to help the youth. I'm still young, youthful, and all that. No, but if you follow me real quick, you can come on Thursday at 7:30. Maybe you got some. Maybe bring some personality with you because the music right now, young man, I don't know. But tell Miss Sutton, thank you. We're appreciating him, but maybe have a great personality. But thank you for calling though. We'll see you on Thursday if you see me an invite. Thank you, young man. Woo. Miss Sutton's trying to be a spokesperson in the background. Let me play one. Let me play one more. Let me know what you think of this one. What's you call trying to get on the panel so bad he want Antoine's spot. No, Antoine support us hard, so I'm letting Antoine on Thursday. He said, don't let Antoine on.
Oh,
wow.
Hater.
You got a hater.
No.
He said that.
Nah,
he didn't say that. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, I don't like that.
We're about to ride. We're about to ride for him.
Right.
I'm joking.
All of us are about to jump on him, okay?
Hold on. Let me see what he's talking about.
I
Tell y'all good night.
appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate it.
Darren Blackman, come on. Call me back. Oh, okay. Okay.
You're the girl, you know.
Okay.
Every time I look at you, I see the magic in your eye. I see the beauty in your smile. I know the vibe.
Call me back, bro.
Cause we body synchronized. Yeah, I just got to realize, yeah, I'm such a lucky guy. Cause every time I look at you, it brings a smile up on my face. I wanna hold that body, girl, again and again.
I like the production.
What you're going through, yeah. I promise I'll go be there. There for you.
You get the memo. Okay. Okay, keep that same energy going, bro. Bro, call me. I'm gonna let you come on Thursday.
Yeah, I like that.
What's wrong? I don't want to be right. All I see is me when I look into your eyes. Walking on the beach on the clean skies. Every time we together, such a natural high. Yes, I must admit you are the baddest. Something like a queen, girl. You deserve a palace. The yin to my yang, girl. You keep me balanced. The yin to my yang, girl. You keep me balanced. And I love it when you're next to me. You always do the best to me. When we make love, it's like ecstasy. When we make love, it's like ecstasy.
Yeah, that's
G
nice.
get used to this. I thank God that you exist. When it comes to your love, I must admit it's at the top of my list. Never thought I'd see the day I found a love like this. Yeah, I'll go be there, go be there, go be there for you, girl. There for you, no matter what they say, no matter what
cut it.
No matter what they
I heard enough.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Okay. I wish I was on a Caribbean boat ride right now.
Right?
Right. Okay. Who had left over with? Big Sis, I'm starting with you. You started off very strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he ended, well, we ended him strong.
Yeah. So you like that? So look, you got the memo on this show. You got your props like me.
What?
You didn't come out with your Sandman broom like me.
Oh, it's right there. Got my pillow.
D Blackman, call me back. Look, you say, yeah, you gotta be ready, huh? You said you don't know what they expect on this end, huh?
I might go for a walk for a minute, be like, all right, let me regroup.
Yeah. No, Charlene, what do you think of it? Look, was the vocals too loud, or was he a little too loud in the beginning, or it blended in perfectly?
I mean, I enjoyed it in the beginning, but there was a part in there in the middle. It seemed like he was a little off.
It went high.
It was a feature. He had a feature artist on it. Brandon, I'm gonna play you last. Brandon called me. Goodness gracious, they call him. Every time I leave, he want to start sending stuff. That's why we're come on Thursday. Okay, hold the line, please. Damn, you gonna kill my damn phone. So Izzy, when the show's ready to go off, everyone want to talk. So Izzy, what do you think of it, Izzy?
I enjoyed it. That one was way better than the first one as far as like the island. Like the first one was like a basic island sound. This one brought it up a level. The beat switched a lot. It kept you entertained. Like what's gonna be on the next? Like it was. I like that a lot. I like how it switched up. It kept me interested.
Yeah. Antoine.
I would the SoCo, like the SoCo roots, is like all over that one. Like that's really what I like. I know he's blending the island in the SoCo. I really like the energy in the first half, like crazy. It sounded like it was on the radio. And I don't know if y'all know, but his mom and dad are legends. Like they're SoCo legends.
Really?
So like
Wait, let him come on. He's right here. Let him come on and talk for himself.
Okay, lit. But yeah, I was feeling the energy did die down in the second half. And some of those notes, I'm not saying they were sour.
Right there, hold the
I was saying they were more so SoCo.
Who's this?
Driven.
Who's this? Oh, this is D Blackman. I thought you were someone else. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Lavelle, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying that SoCo, like it just sounded very raw SoCo. Like so, if you were aiming for that, you hit it on the head. But the energy definitely died down a little bit, kind of switched up. I got a little lost, but I enjoyed it.
It was a feature artist. When it went up to the next artist, I didn't like the next artist.
Right.
Other artist.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, no, don't ruin it.
Okay. It's a dope record. Everyone liked. Shoni, did you say you liked it? Look, everyone here liked it. See, can I ask you a question? I'm gonna have real talk with you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you real talk now. You're signed to Marquita's label. Hi, Marquita. You came on the virtual show. You didn't have no personality. The music is womp, but this one here is a banger. But now I think when you see everyone else's energy, I'm giving you real talk here. One time you didn't get an invite because I didn't want you putting me to sleep because I don't like drinking Red Bulls after 8 to stay awake. Hold on 1 second. Hello, who's this? Hold on. Swap call. Let me get back to him. D Blackman. Hey, D Blackman, you there? So look, D Blackman. So this is good. I think when you seen the gist of the show, I guess Marquita gave you a side note and said you need to bring some personality. So is this really you all litty now, or you trying to get Denzel's Oscar, trying to be an actor now? This really you?
I'm going on mute.
No, I'm being honest. Tell me back, D Blackman. I'm trying to give him real feedback because I want to invite him on.
I don't want to.
Let me see what this is. Thank you for holding. Who's this?
That's me, D Blackman. You told me on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Other caller, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, the phone was ringing. D Black, I'm so sorry. No. If you call me from wherever you're calling from, Hawaii, call me back. No. So look, real quick, because this phone keeps ringing. Every time we get ready to go, people want to call at the last minute. No. So look, when you was on the show, I forgot all about you. No, seriously, I forgot all about you. Literally, I forgot all. You're not listening. This is why you're trying to get a moment. Look, I'm gonna tell you, your label mate, Venice. I remember her, and I only met her one time. Yeah, I met her, and she was litty, all the way lit, and you was okay. But honestly, I forgot about you. But this music right here is okay. First of all, how did you like 112? Did you like 112?
I grew up listening to 112. They've always been the shit.
Okay.
Music is infatuated.
Okay, so back to you. So you trying to get back on the panel now. That's what you trying to do, huh?
I just like the show. The show is very interesting. You know, it's nice to know that you can tap into other people's music and give them constructive criticism that they can actually work in their craft.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
It's something that we all need to hear because you don't.
If you're calling me, call me right back. I'm with another caller. Now, here's what I want to tell you. The difference between Marty A Johnson Show, see, multi-platinum artists are tapped all the way in. They sponsor my show with Fisher Riley Boy. This show here is brought to you by 112. And the next show is brought to you by next week's Silk. I don't need $18.99 from y'all. That's ridiculous. And honestly, I can get $100 a pop if I wanted to. Get people in with multi-platinum artists, they'll pay for it. I'm not like that. No. But anyhow, with that being said, I'll let you come on Thursday. You can tap in with us. Charlene, you gonna be here for tap in on Thursday?
Yes.
So how about I'm gonna tell you this. Right here. You tap all the way in because you see Lavelle.
Tap in.
Because Lavelle was a show regular, and Lavelle was a little salty. He was late. He was salty. He was late.
I was wondering where he was.
Lavelle was like, I'm late.
I had to take care of something. I didn't make.
Okay, look, you better come. These girls here at 7:15, ready. So look, we'll see you on Thursday, and do me a favor, bring some personality with you. Otherwise, you will be in the waiting room, and I'll see you in the comments. Otherwise, nah, bro. But thank you for calling. This music we like. So hopefully you can tap in with us on Thursday. Okay, we'll see you on Thursday on the panel. All right. So look, let me play this last joint here. His name is Erie Canal. I didn't hear from a lady, but I'll close out with him. Hold on. Who's this? Erie. Okay, I'm playing your joint right now. Where you calling from?
Calling from Belfast, New York.
Big sis, where's that at?
Belfast?
Yeah.
I'm in Ithaca. I don't know. Oh wait, no, I did see that.
What's the next major city there?
I can't hear him.
I don't know the next. Alfred State is around here somewhere.
Who?
Okay.
We can't hear him.
Okay, we'll figure that out later. You have a bad connection. So in the meantime, we're gonna listen to your music. Did you like 112? Because they're coming back on 2 weeks. They want to tap in.
I love 112. They was that quick back in the day.
They still are. They still doing new music. So hopefully your music's gonna be popping. So like we tell every caller, it's called Big Business. And this name that I'm about to play.
They don't like it. We gotta do a remix. Tell 112 we gotta do a remix.
You're reaching.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Let me play his joint here. He definitely. Let me play his joint here.
He's reaching.
Right. Fanning out. Big Business. Let me see what this is. You ain't feeling it, cut.
I'll be back.
Huh?
You said it all. You said it all right there. Hold on, sis. I'm going with you. I'm going with you.
Y'all crazy.
Yeah.
No. I didn't say no.
Y'all say cut?
No.
Yeah, cut. I'm sorry. Cut.
Yeah, it's boring.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
hold on one
Damn,
second.
I'm so
I
sorry.
said I'll be back.
Okay, everyone's leaving and all that stuff. If I wanted to play this with 112, would you play this? Big business.
Better not.
Why are people getting mad when that? Relax now. When 112 comes back and
Your intro is too long, bro. First of all, I lost interest. You cannot have something. No.
You said your intro is way too long. You got too much in the background, my baby. She's not feeling it. Izzy, what do you think of it?
Yeah, it was honestly, it was kind of boring, the song. Like, yeah, that's all I really have to say. It was kind of boring. It didn't make me want to keep listening.
Yeah,
no. Big business.
You know, when sis got ready to go, I was ready to go with her, jump on the back, do something.
Sound like it dropped.
I'll be back.
Wow.
Charlie said, I'm going with you.
They're not, bro, they're not feeling it. There's just a womp womp. But no, but some, Lavelle.
I gathered that. I was listening.
Wow. Why people keep their jaws tight when we tell them they only think, why people ready to fight? We're just trying to have a conversation. Why are you ready to chop our head off here? And then why they always do that? Lavelle, why do you always do that? Look.
I don't know, man. Look, it sounded like it came out in 97.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. Side note, Kenny stuff kind of dated too, but because Kenny stuff still was hot though. Is that what you're saying? It still has some respect.
Right. There's a market for like straight lyricism and the boom bap, feel or whatever. I know all about it. That was like a carbon copy of a dated song with an approach of like a boom bap outfit, which I just read all over. It's like, this is gonna be boring, and I didn't like it.
You ever thought about writing for Webster's? Because you just nailed that.
Okay.
Thought about it.
Well, hopefully, hopefully you got some energy and you can come on the panel with us and chop it up with us. Because everyone here don't have all the package. Let's call it what it is. A lot of people don't have the package. We gave the young man an invite, very respectful, very nice. This one here, hold on. I'm like, pause, bro. He ready to come through the phone. Why do I always get mad when we give him constructive criticism? No, but we definitely appreciate you. It's still tax season, so hopefully we can do something with this right here and with something else. Not shade, it's facts. A lot of people banking on that money. But thank you for calling and sending the material. Try again. We'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for supporting us. Wow, people ready to get mad when we tell them you don't like it. Woo. Let me hurry up.
Yeah, he need better beat selection.
Look, I'm not playing no music tonight. Y'all wore me out tonight. So Izzy, look, I bet you have something new. I bet you get in the studio quick for 112, huh?
Listen, I already know what I'm about to play. Okay.
Already.
You already know.
She's singing.
Right now. I hear you.
Izzy, what's your social media, please?
You can find me everywhere and on all streaming platforms. Shopping Bag Izzy.
Shopping Bag Izzy. Hold on. You coming on Thursday too?
Yes, I have more than enough melatonin.
Bad Parents 101.
Big sis, you back from the era and pop them 4 or 5 times in the bed.
Nah, just give them a look. Like what? She stayed in the room anyway. She read books, wrote all day since little.
Look, they don't do that no more now. They don't
Let
play
me
games
tell
all
you,
day.
not bragging on my baby, but she was reading full sentences, the newspaper at 3.
Oh, wow.
She was writing at 5. So, yeah. She a product of heat.
All right now.
But hopefully brings him heat on Thursday too. Big sis, what's your social media? He is
she is his wife on Instagram And
Well, you are a wife, huh? You ain't wifey.
No, I'm a wife for 30, almost 40 years. Please.
Wow.
You got that good moisturizer. You said you moisturize. You said,
Like, and on Facebook is Vivian Brathwaite.
said, no, she said, I'm a wife. Charlene, what are you?
She is his wife.
Charlene.
hold yours up.
Charlene. That diamond too big, so I just wear my little band.
The big sis, B, are you coming on Thursday?
Indeed, I am. I might have a different hairdo and all that, you know.
Look, only I'm starting to look. I think I start tapping in.
It's
and
2
then,
weeks, so this.
Then don't forget some of the boys from Silk. I'm gonna play. Y'all remember Meeting in My Bedroom?
Yeah.
Then well, I ain't judging. For the old school people, they called him the pretty boy of the group. The light bright one, John.
Yeah, John. I ain't like him. I don't like light bright.
Yeah. But yeah, I know John's coming on. John's coming. I got John coming on. Charlene, did you have the music ready by 112?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be finished by then.
Didn't know then. It ain't gonna be done then.
Okay, we'll see.
Why are you not active on Instagram, Charlene?
I just haven't been. I don't have.
I'm not either.
Haven't. I use Facebook more than I do Instagram or any other platform.
Me too.
What's your go-to? Everything, huh?
Everything I can touch, man.
Okay, so Lavelle, what's your social media? Since Charlene grandma only got one, Facebook.
In that case, I'm playing. No, but Instagram, my personal is Boom Sound Lavelle. That's Boom Sound _Lavelle. Everything for playlists and radio campaigns and now virtual concerts, Boom Sound Factory all together on Instagram. And that's the same thing for Facebook and Snapchat and Vimeo, whatever you got.
Okay. So look, Charlene, tell yours real quick.
Charlene F. Pridgeon on Facebook and Charlene _Monet on Instagram.
Perfect. Say no more. So I think y'all all enjoyed 112. I'm sure you did.
Indeed.
Look, I see y'all in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Come real quick.
You thought Tuesdays came quick. Now just imagine.
Ooh.
Thursday gonna be out here as soon as we blink our eyes.
Well, that's just a special. I'm gonna see
a wake up.
I'm gonna see how this goes. Thursday's gonna be a special because we ain't have time to really tap in, which I ain't care. 112 took all the time, which is fine.
That was fine.
That was good.
That was fine.
Look, good night.
Good night.
Look, I go check on my baby. I'll see y'all on Thursday.
All right.
Y'all
Good night.
Good night.